affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trends
to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1. GhanaTalks Radio, #1. GhanaTalks Radio, #1. This is GhanaTalks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. This is GhanaTalks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. This is GhanaTalks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. This is GhanaTalks Radio, the best station rocking the nation.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries,
koko nikosi, alo komi kesheto,
wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. It's a beautiful sunny Thursday morning, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. You're welcome to the news headline review. Right here, we bring you all the relevant stories making waves in the news. And I am your host, Ruth Esenamfiagbedu. Joining me in the studios this morning is my knowledgeable ladies, Miss Debbie Adoso and Miss Regina Bless, who will be diving into the issues to share their informed perspectives on the issues that matter to you every morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
Fine, by grace.
Oh, we thank God. How was your sleep?
Fine.
Fine, short, but was good. We thank God. Miss Debbie, what's today?
The grace is sufficient.
We thank God. If you were to describe your mood this morning with one word, what would that be? I see you wearing black. Tell me, what would it be?
My mood.
Your mood. Miss Eugenia, what would it be? If you were to describe your mood with just one word, what would it be for the day?
Disastrous.
Oh, why? You started your morning so bad?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Miss Debbie?
Well, I wouldn't say it is disastrous.
Is it your way?
Is it your way?
It's not my mood.
Not her day.
It's her day.
Her mood.
Also this morning I'm feeling a bit exhausted, but I know going forward It will be fantastic.
It will be fantastic. Don't worry. Once you take breakfast, you'll be fine. Do you
I
want?
already bought my breakfast.
Okay, but is it coffee, cappuccino?
Please.
Then chino.
All right. What's your-
Hausa cocoa.
The Italian dish is
Say-
Oh, but we had fun last night. We did. Right. Let's dive into our major news items for this morning. ECOWAS courts reject Tokonu's request to stop probe committee. The ECOWAS Court of Justice has dismissed an application by former Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu, who wanted the court to stop the committee set up to investigate her removal from office. Justice Tokonu has asked the court to place temporary restrictions on the work of the committee chaired by Justice Gabriel Scott. The committee was established by President John Dramani Mahama to look into the issues that led to her suspension on April 22, 2025, and her eventual removal. But in its ruling on Wednesday, November 19, 2025, the ECOWAS court stated that although Justice Tokonu presented a prima facie case suggesting possible human rights violations, she failed to prove that the matter was urgent enough to justify stopping the committee's work. The court noted that she waited nearly 3 months before filing her motion, despite knowing the committee was already working. The judges said this delay weakened her argument of imminent harm. The court also dismissed a separate argument from Ghana's Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayeni, who claimed that the case should not be heard because similar issues were already before a Ghanaian court. The ECOWAS court disagreed, saying the application before it focuses specifically on alleged human rights violation, not an overturning any decision of a Ghanaian court. The court concluded that it has full jurisdiction to hear the main case. It has therefore declared Justice Tokonu's application admissible and ordered the Attorney General to file a response. That is a new development to the issue of our former Chief Justice, Madam Gertrude Tokonu. I know we were here following a story when she sent some cases to the ECOWAS court and some other international courts as well. Well, ECOWAS has actually responded, and as I read, that was a response they gave to her. So right now that ECOWAS has given a response, what next? Miss Regina?
So now that ECOWAS has given a response, what's next? What's next? Uncle Fionkoda.
And because she has already been
It's
removed,
becoming too much.
or she still, you think she should still go ahead and fight?
Still go ahead and fight. See, we always say, you know, everyone is a motivational speaker, and everywhere you go, never give up, never quit. But sometimes quitting or giving up doesn't mean that you're a failure. You are just accepting the realities of life, and that is it. The realities of life is you have been sacked as Chief Justice Gertrude Iraba Esaba Tokonu. It's becoming too much, honestly. I don't know if you guys are not exhausted, but as it stands now, I'm already exhausted. And you know, most people who are supporting this woman are supporting her based on feminism. When you acquire a position or you have a position in government, it has nothing to do with being a feminist or being a woman. If you go contrary to the rules of the judicial system or the judiciary, or you go contrary to the rules of the country, you will be sacked.
You'll be sacked.
And looking at the issue at hand, her issue was a big case because as a Chief Justice, you have to uphold the rule of law. You need to deal with people's cases fairly and diligently. But you were misbehaving. Now, you are, mind you, President John Dramani Mahama can't just wake up and sack you just like that. It needs to pass through a lot of process, and they followed the law according to. Why? No. the petition started from the then president, ex-president Akufo-Addo, but I sometimes feel like he made things slide because he was also a lawyer himself. That is why I feel like he made things slide, because maybe it would be like you're infringing on the person's rights according to these lawyers. Maybe slide there. Now they've petitioned it to President John Dramani Mahama again, and looking at our president, he will not let things slide. He will make sure he takes the case and investigates further. He didn't investigate it himself. He made sure that he set a committee which investigated the issue. It took almost like 2 months, 3 months, if I'm not mistaken, for these people to bring a final verdict to this issue.
Right.
So why are they prolonging this case? Yapame. They didn't sack you based on illegal process. They didn't sack you based on unfair treatment. They went according to the law, the 1992 Constitution, and according to the judicial law also. So what else again? Or like I didn't hear too. So they should stop the removal process.
Investigations were already in place, and the committee had already started working when she submitted the case. And I was even thinking that she's a justice and she's a lawyer. She should have known better.
Exactly. And see, listen, now I don't understand. It's like you being in Ghana here and things are not going on well. Then who should I even use? Another ambassador who knows nothing about what is going on currently. What they say they will not be able to judge fairly when it comes to the case. Did you even tell them what you did? Did you tell them what the petition entailed? Did you tell them what my friend is saying the final verdict entails? What you did? You didn't. If she did that, fine, and I know she will not. So with her case, we begging. It's becoming too much. We don't want her to seem like a broken record. We beg her. She should go home and relax. I think she has already neared her retirement age. So she should just use this opportunity and rebuild her life again. Rebuilding your life is not too late. People start building their life at a very old age and they still make it. You were once a chief justice. You know the laws. You know the rules. You can even set up a firm for yourself. I know if only people will come.
But concluding the article, they said the court concluded that it has full jurisdiction to hear the main case, which is of Madam Tokonu, because it's a human violation case. And then when it comes to human violation, any court at all, you can be in any country, as long as it's infringing on your rights as a human being, the court will take it on. So the court concluded that it has full jurisdiction to hear the main case. It has therefore declared Justice Tokonu's application admissible. It means that they will look into the issue again, if I'm not mistaken, and order the Attorney General to file for a response. What does that mean?
A case, they would listen to it no matter what.
No matter what.
If you don't listen to it, that means, as you said, she has rights to it, and human rights violation. If you don't listen to it, it will be like you are being biased. And see, if let's say allegedly someone rapes me, and it wasn't rape, but I mean rape me into Nipaneso, and people know say it's a lie, I take it to court. They will still listen to it. Then they will judge the case fairly.
Miss Debbie.
So rejecting the case, that doesn't mean it has been boycotted, as the last part stated.
As the last part stated.
So it means there are some sensitive aspects that the court still wants to look inside.
Right.
But per the statement, it also states that before Tokonu filed the case, she took 3 months, which is, according to the law, it is not supposed to be so. So if you feel like maybe the government is infringing on your rights, taking what your hardless, tireless, sleepless, hard work that has to do with your career, and then he's taking it from you, what do? Immediately you feel like someone has petitioned the president and it is an infringement on your rights. Straightforward, you have to go to court, but you waited for 3 months, so it undermines your own claims. It's like you biting hard at yourself again. So with Madam Tokon, well, it's a painful one. Just imagine being a CJ is not that easy. And learning law is not something that it's on a silver platter.
It's not on the floor.
Like, you have to go through a lot. The hurdles, the sleepless night, bending of candles, because you have to have the laws on the tips of your finger.
Yeah.
And then you climbing the ladder to this stage. And then it's not as if you are done serving your term. Someone came to, within a twinkle of an eye, someone presents a letter, and then you are being sacked. It's painful. But listen, you have to also ask yourself, when I was in office, did I do the right thing? Was I there to help the people, or I did in favor of politicians? That was what you should ask yourself. Because see, in as much as it's a political party that gave you the appointment, when you get into that office, you work for the people, not for the political party. MPP comes into power, they appoint you. NDC comes into power, they appoint you. But then you work for the people. The people we have in this country comprises of both NPP and NDC. If you don't do your work well, you'll definitely be sacked. And mind you, don't make it look as if no one is looking at you. We have people that are monitoring what you do, how you carry yourself, how you conduct yourself, how you manage even cases brought before you. And I'm not sure Ghanaians will just stand up and feel like, well, because I hate this woman, I want her out. No, it's based on what you did. And you've been in office for 8 years, right? And you haven't done anything right, because in a petition it was stated that you were not fair, you were being biased. That was what was stated. So assess yourself. The woman, she knows the truth, but she just don't want to believe it. And she doesn't want to believe it because I feel like there are people behind the scene that are empowering her to do more. And they're calling it, oh, this is a feminism something. Stand for yourself.
Simply because she's a woman.
Simply because she's a... See, a prime minister in Bangladesh was being sentenced to death because they said he did something against humanity. Sentenced to death, oh. And then in the comment section, someone was like, Gananka. They will say that women equality, and this person will not be jailed. But we have people like that, women, and they are causing a lot of mayhem in the country. So it's not about you being a feminine or you gender based, whatever. So long as you are being put in that office, you're supposed to do the work as it is. So if you feel like you're not doing the right thing and someone has petitioned you, the president, for you to be removed, take it with a chill pill and then back off. Because this back and forth, you know that it won't work. And mind you, your government is, well, maybe it's not your government, the person who appoints you is not your government to do, but it's not in power. See, it would have been very difficult if it was the previous government that was in power, and then someone petition credit can buy they will show you. But with this current government, it's not going to work because they don't want the administration to be tainted with a bad name. So we talk on the deed has already been done. I feel like she should drop the case. She should forget about what people are saying. It is these same people that are pushing you. They are pushing you into your own grave. Because when you are receiving that embarrassment, they are not there with you. It is your name. If you open station A talk on you, station B talk on you, station C talk on you, they are not mentioning the people behind you that are powering you. Do it. You are a woman. You can make it. You can win the case. They are pushing you to your own grave. So I feel like she should drop the case. Well, the court of ECOWAS is saying we've dropped the case, but there is still something we can hold on to. That is if the Attorney General responds. But for me, she should forgo all this thing and continue with her life.
Right. So
the deed has already been done.
Right. So looking at the ruling from the ECOWAS court, do you think by any chance, if they should sit on the matter as there's some sort of like something they can hold on to, do you think by any chance it's going to affect the appointment of our current Chief Justice, which is Bafo Boni? It's going to affect him?
No. You see, yes, in a way, it will. Because if they should re-sit on this case, with what the ECOWAS is saying, which means that you and I understood perfectly well, there are some parts that the woman can stand on against whoever has petitioned the president. This is between Tokonu versus government. because she's equally fighting with the government. So let's put it that Tokonu versus government. So if they should really sit on this case, and it happens that it holds water, and she's to be vindicated, it will in a way go against the court.
The government.
It will go against the government and the current CJ.
And the current CJ.
But you and I know that Enfa. Oh no.
Wow.
Enfa.
Let's wait and see the new developments this particular case comes with. Moving on to our next news item. Food Gloat. Agric Impact CEO calls for long-term policies to protect farmers. The Chief Executive Officer of Agric Impact, Daniel Fahine, has urged the government to adopt long-term, non-negotiable national policies to safeguard Ghana's farmers amid growing reports of a nationwide food glut, which can also be termed oversupply. In recent weeks, farmers in the northern and eastern regions have complained about the lack of buyers for locally produced rice. Many say that weeks after harvesting, large quantities of rice remain stuck on farms due to low market demand. A similar situation has emerged in the Bono region, where poultry farmers, especially egg producers, report having to bury spoiled stock or sell at extremely low prices to survive. To help ease the pressure, President John Dramani Mahama has directed the Ministry of Education to procure eggs from local poultry farmers and instructed the National Food Buffer Stock Company to purchase grains for storage. While welcoming these interventions, Mr. Fahine stressed that such directives must be institutionalized as lasting national policies rather than temporary government decisions. He argued that Ghana's repeated cycle of glut and scarcity stems from ad hoc measures instead of planned year-long strategies that prepare the value chain ahead of harvesting seasons. According to him, delays in implementing the government buying directive could worsen post-harvest losses as many private players lack warehouses, financing and storage facilities. Mr. Fahine noted that a proactive policy announced at the beginning of the year would have allowed shareholders and stakeholders across the value chain, farmers, processors, distributors and buyers to prepare storage systems, logistics and financing before the harvest began. He reiterated the need for agricultural policies that stand the test of time and remain consistent across political administrations, saying this is the only way to stabilize Ghana's food supply chain and protect farmers from reoccurring financial distress. So that is coming from some farmers and poultry farmers. They have cultivated the crops, they have harvested the crops, they have harvested their egg produce as well, but people are not buying, and sometimes they have to sell at extremely low prices just to survive. With the intervention of the president, he mentioned that he advocated to the education minister that henceforth schools should start procuring eggs from these farmers and also rice for storage. Do you think that is a better way for the government to intervene to help these farmers also survive?
Well, in a way, yes. Let me start from this side. I think with this food cultivation and stuff, one thing we've always put our mind on is to love our own, eat anything that has to do with Ghana, eat our local produce. And then looking at these farmers cultivating in excess, that has to do with their food glut. Rice, especially, let me take rice for instance, because some time ago farmers who are into rice came out and then they gave a complaint that they've cultivated enough rices and it has now become a burden because they're not getting buyers to buy it for them. The same people who are their normal or regular customers have now tend to prefer imported rice instead of ours. So what do we do? The government is saying that he has gave a directive to the Minister of Education that from now onwards, our senior high schools, that's the free senior high schools, should be fed with our local produce. It is good, but can't we also get an industry where this locally made rice can also be, is it transformed? Should I say transformed?
Processed.
Thank you. Processed into, and then maybe processed and packaged in a nice way, just like the way we have the imported rice, and not selling it like so raw. You know, when you go to the market with our local produce, it's being sold like obekoni asheni mudu mudu. Do you get what I'm saying?
So it should be well branded.
Yes.
Do you think? Sorry, not to cut you. Do you think that is where the issue stems from?
Oh yes.
That is why people are not
good.
purchasing.
Oh yes, we are not so good in branding. Sometimes when you go to the market, you see things. Impulse buying happens. You didn't plan to do impulse buying, but it happens because sometimes you get to the market and then you find things that are well branded. Like it looks so nice. It's looking at the colorful cover and everything, you feel like, well, this thing is going to taste so good. You get home and then you open it and then it's bad, but the branding is good. So I feel like we should have industries, or we should have a warehouse where the government can buy these food stocks from these farmers in large quantities, process it. We can start importing our own rice, we can start importing beans, we can start importing things made locally in this country to other country. I learned Ghana we even import tomato from Cote d'Ivoire. Either Cote d'Ivoire or Burkina. We import tomato. Recently I saw Ibrahim Traore. He has built a factory where they process tomato into tomato paste.
Yes.
We can equally do same. See, Ghana, we are blessed. When you go to some region, they are blessed with tomatoes.
Yeah.
When you go to another region, they are blessed with pepper, some pear, some, like a whole lot.
We have fertile land.
We have it. And then they harvest all this, and it becomes a problem. And sometimes they run at a loss because they don't get buyers. Even when they get buyers, there is still large quantity which needs to be sold. But so why don't we get a warehouse, buy from these buyers? After we've bought it from these buyers, we should process it and then sell it outside, or export it outside the country for other countries to also enjoy our rice and feel like, yes, we are also doing something. And there should be a ban. I feel like it's about time there should be a ban on importing certain things like sugar, like milk like this, sugar, rice, and all this. And this will only happen if we are ready to produce quality foodstuffs. If you are ready to produce quality foodstuffs, and also in the best rebranded, yes, let me put it that way, rebranded. Because you cannot tell me that half of what the farmers have produced should be sold to, or should be given to free senior high school. Like, it's good, they're going to be fed with that, but is that going to solve the problem? That is a temporary solution. So I feel like for preventing glut of foodstuffs by these farmers, there should be a factory. The government cannot do it alone. The government should partner with private institutions that will set up these factories, and it should be it's a partnership between the government and private sector. There is no way you will have to be thinking about how to resource those factories, because those private sectors are ready to, have a business in the country. And so when we process this local food into a rebranded one, tastes so nice. It shouldn't be something that they'll start very. You know, Ghanaians, we are so good. We start something very good, and then at the end, they are saying no. And so we ban importing of basic things like tomato paste. We import it from other countries. We can start doing something like that.
Right, Miss Gina, do you think there should be a long-term agricultural policies that will solve this issue of food glut? Because right now President John Dramani Mahamat's administration is saying that they should sell it, or the education minister should procure food goods and produce from these local farmers. It's actually something very temporal, and the farmers are advocating that there should be some of a sort of like policy that schools and any other government institution, not necessarily government institution, but mainly the schools should purchase from local buyers. Do you think that it's high time that we need a long-term policies to protect and then prevent food clothes?
Yeah. So I would say that when it comes to Ghana, every business here needs a long-term sustainability regardless of what the business entails. So looking at our farmers, I would say when it comes to the economy, these farmers also contribute immensely to our economy and also to our food security in the country. And I think these people need to be really paid attention to, because I think in regards to the 2025 Farmers Day celebration that will be coming on, some farmers have made up their mind to boycott it because they are saying their needs are not being attended to. They are just yeah. So when it comes to our food security, I would say it's very important, because then days, I think a combi by almost say 1983 yes. Yen pese ebi besi wo Ghana ha, because yen Gen Z's na aba no yen tumi kom ube hu akom ba ha ye betu eja mo ebe amowanwa. So it's high time they really pay attention to farmers. Now, looking at the long-term sustainability of this project, they saying that the government schools needs to be purchasing goods from these people.
Yeah, the local producers.
They shouldn't even be told what to do. Because when you compare government schools, especially these boarding schools, a lot are in Ghana. Like I said, 90% of boarding facilities are right here in Ghana, which has to do with government schools. So just imagine one school which has about if I'm not let's say maybe 3,000 or 4,000 students. Just imagine that particular school with that lot of people purchasing from one particular farmer. Obenyeska to the point that seedlings to plant again for it to germinate well. Now, if they all come together to purchase from the farmers, we would not be having problem with these farmers complaining day in and day out, say their goods are not being bought. And may local rice mento, because local rice is not nice. I don't know if it's that local rice I'm eating, but that particular local chawa it's not nice. I don't know, baby omunya free, but possibly you can import. We are talking about importation, which is wrong, but sometimes you can import say jasmine rice no, or imbofufu rice no, then you it will come as that one, but that rice there we beg, we don't want it. And also to the tomatoes, onions, even with that they still import. Just recently I saw a video of some market women crying, lamenting of their onions being spoiled, being rotten. First off, they don't even have good storage place where they can
store
keep
these
these things.
produce.
And it's bad. Farmers there, you can say effort really goes into farming. So if and it spoils, it's very heartbreaking. So they need to make sure, say, not only the sustainability of it, but they also need to construct a storage room for these people, for the farmers especially. Now, keep your money, man, and we also buy it. Why not?
Right.
Every day we use tomatoes. Every day we use onion. Every day we use pepper. Even now saying chili pepper come imported back.
Right. Moving on. Government considers partnership with faith-based organizations to complete Agenda 111 hospitals. The government says it is exploring a new partnership with faith-based organizations to help complete some of the unfinished Agenda 111 hospital projects across the country. President Mahama explained that the plan is still under review, but faith-based groups that already run hospital may be allowed to take over some of the facilities and finish them as part of their existing health services. Speaking at a meeting with the Christian Council, the president noted that a full assessment of all ongoing Agenda 111 sites is currently underway. Some projects are almost done, while others are at different stages from completed foundations to buildings at the lintel level. He explained that the partnership idea is being considered because churches and faith-based organizations have a strong track record in managing hospitals and delivering quality health care. If the assessment confirms the need, these organizations may be invited to select hospitals that fit their mission and help complete them. The government says more details will be released when the technical review is completed. Do you think that it's high time that the government partner with faith-based institutions to complete government hospitals or the Agenda 111 hospitals? Miss Debbie?
Governments partnering with or having a partnership with faith-based, yes, they can, because we've seen instances where some churches even donate assets to the country. So let's take Pentecost for instance. They are very good in donating prisons to the government, and then we've had other hospitals, church that also donate schools to the government, in as much as it is a church that funded the construction and the building of the school. So long as it is being donated out, automatically it belongs to the state, because the state is going to look after how it's being controlled and everything. So with the government having a partnership with faith bases or the Christian Council to build or complete Agenda 111 project, it's a good one. Because listen, in as much as it is the NPP government that brought this Agenda 111, we always say that it is the NPP that brought it on board, but it is to the benefit of all Ghanaians. We are all going to benefit from it if this Agenda 111 project is being completed. Because it will be nice if they should complete all those hospitals. It will be so good if every district should have a hospital. You have no idea what people in the remote areas that has a district go through. You have no idea. Sometimes they have to transfer them all the way from that place to Accra. They have to transfer them from somewhere in the northern region to Kolebu, or do we have Tamale Teaching Hospital there? People have been transferred from Volta region to Accra, although we have Trafalgar in Ho. So completing this is going to help us. So governments having a partnership with faith bases, it's good, because for me, I feel like they have money. Churches have money. They can do it. It's not they can do it. They are doing it. And I can mention churches that have done it. Some churches built, even recently, I think Alpha Hour, the man of God, he donated a school to the government. So they are doing it.
They are doing it.
So I feel like with them it will help. The government have good eyes, it will help complete all those projects. We should forgo whether this person started, and I wouldn't be giving the credit, no, because when it's being completed, that same hospital will treat an MPP member and it will treat an NDC member.
Right, thank you. Ms. Regina, do you believe the assertion that is this church-based hospitals that deliver proper health care or quality health care, just as the president said?
Church-based hospital.
Yeah, I say Asori Omo Hospital, and Asori Omo that hospital being named. President Mama said that they deliver quality health care.
Okay. Asori we see hospital now, other hospital name them in Kobida. But when we look at Christians, some Christians, let me put it that way, are compassionate and respectful people. I emphasis on some Christians, not all Christians. Yeah. So I think I would believe them. It's the same as private institutions. Also, mankasa no mo titi omumori mu see school no, and I say see hospital no, and I say see this thing. So if they are rendering services, they render their services wholeheartedly compared to some of the government hospitals that we know. So I agree with President Mahama. And also looking at the fact that they want to involve these people in the building of Agenda 111, I think is a good thing, because then times these people not time and now sorry baby let's take Presby for example. When you go to Eastern region for example, we have a lot of Presby schools there. When you even go to Calvary, we have a lot of Presby schools there. And when it comes to Pentecost, we have Pentecost University, we have Presby University. And for Catholic and Roman, I don't really know if they have schools. But they have.
They have school. We have St. Joseph Hospital.
I think they have hospitals too.
Yeah. So with them, you hear the Saint. St. Joseph, Saint this hospital. Then it's from the Roman.
So you see, these people have the resources. So you're offering no door. So Papa.
So if the president is making such a comment, what should that tell us about our government
exactly
hospital?
When it comes to the government hospital, first off, they are very disrespectful. It looks like they are doing us a favor.
You a favor. I went to a private hospital. The way they treated you.
You see, it's expensive, but not really expensive.
Even give you breakfast in the morning.
Exactly.
Like the peace, all of a sudden you feel at peace. But go to a government you pace and pace, you go and come down simply because they feel like when they hear.
And you even bring double and triple of the sickness you are even suffering.
Oh, it's very bad.
Their washroom, for example.
How are you? Very bad.
I don't like going to the hospital because of infection.
Washroom.
There are washrooms.
Another infection.
Now what they call.
But when you go to the private hospital, just recently, Tamale, the angry youth closed down a hospital.
Because it was
in
a mess.
Baller.
Heap of refuse.
And I
was here, and the nurses
were there.
Also making.
I went into the comment section. Sorry to say, one non-entity who doesn't think what was like, is it the duty of the nurses to clear the rubbish? And I was like, seriously, that's a health personnel. You sit there, baller. Now what's it?
For a cleaner to do
and people would also come say they want to take treatments from that hospital. Seriously.
Oh, come on.
They had to close it down.
I believe that when you go to a hospital, even the environment alone should heal you.
Exactly. Go private hospital, just say, mempe hospitals, go back to private hospital, that place is neat.
Before they take care of you, say they pray for you. They pray with you.
See,
I went to that hospital. They prayed with me before
because
they started
whatever. We saw a doctor, but healing is in the hands of God.
Yeah, I would have done some small adverts for them, but they have to pay. Anyways. So it's such a brilliant idea for the president to come up with a Christian Council, asking them to, come on board with faith-based institutions to come on board and come help complete the Agenda 111. Do you think it's a good call? You can drop your comments in the comment section. We are live on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio, live on Facebook as well at GhanaTalks Radio. This is where we draw the curtains for the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bliss.
Today in history, first World Cup to be held in the Middle East began. Qatar's first ever World Cup match ended in dismay for an overmatched team, and with a place in unwanted soccer history. The controversy-laced tournament opened Sunday with Qatar getting outplayed and embarrassed in a 2-0 loss to Ecuador in front of 67,372 fans at Albert Stadium in 92 years of soccer's biggest event. A host team had never lost its opening game. American civil defense analyst Jonathan Pollard was released from prison. Jonathan Pollard, an American who spied for Israel, was released from federal prison on this day 2015 after serving 30 years of a life sentence for selling classified U.S. documents. His release was granted through parole, though he was subject to parole conditions, including restrictions on his travel. His espionage, which included passing a vast number of documents to Israeli handlers, was considered by U.S. officials to be a severe breach of national security, even though it was done for an ally. Massive 1992 fire at Windsor Castle was caused by a faulty spotlight in the private chapel, and it destroyed 115 rooms, including 9 staterooms, although the art collection was mostly saved. The restoration project took 5 years to complete, ending on this day 1997, the 5th anniversary of the fire. The event was part of what Queen Elizabeth II called her Annus Horribilis, and led to the public being charged for the first time to visit Buckingham Palace to help fund the restoration. To some few observances, First Transgender Day of Remembrance, a vigil held in 1999 in Boston and San Francisco to honor the victims of anti-transgender violence, specifically to commemorate the 1992 murder of Rita Hester, organized by Gwendolyn Ann Smith. It has since grown into an annual observance on this day to memorialize all transgender and gender non-conforming people who have been killed. World Children's Day. The day marks the UNGA's adoption of the Declaration of the Right of the Child in 1959, as well as the Convention on the Right of the Child in 1989. On this day, UNICEF advocates to protect every child's rights without discrimination. Lastly, Africa Industrialization Day, to highlight the importance of industrial development for economic growth, job creation and poverty reduction across the continent. Established by the Organization of African Unity in 1989 and later endorsed by the United Nations General Assembly. The day serves to promote a shared commitment to Africa's industrialization and economic transformation. It is also a day to celebrate progress, reflect on challenges, and focus on themes like green industrialization and the use of new technologies like artificial intelligence to drive sustainable growth. And that's all for today on Today in History, some observances live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Ms. Regina Bless, for Today in History and some observances of the day. And happy Children's Day to every child out there. Right, Debbie's girl.
I want to remember my childhood days. Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear of favor. Member of Parliament for Damongo constituency, Samuel Abdullahi Jinapor, has taken aim at the government over what he describes as misplaced priorities, questioning why the administration is allocating 13.1 billion for 4 helicopters and 2 presidential jets when many public sector workers are allegedly unpaid. Speaking during the debate on the 2026 budget statement and economic policy, Jinapor accused the government of abandoning its core campaign promises of reducing the cost of living and creating mass employment while shifting resources towards high-cost acquisition. In his view, do not reflect the urgent needs of ordinary citizens. The Member of Parliament said it was unacceptable for the government to move ahead with plans to procure 4 helicopters and 2 presidential jets at a time when nurses, teachers and other public workers are struggling to receive their salaries. Jinapor argued that the expenditure sends the wrong signal at a time when many Ghanaians are battling economic hardship and essential sectors are starved of resources. He retreated his criticism of the government's flagship 24-hour economy policy, saying there is no visible evidence of its implementation despite claims in the budget that it has entered full implementation. He added that instead of recruiting more workers to support the promised shift system, the government was struggling to pay those already employed. While the budget cited improvements in macroeconomic indicators, including reduced inflation and expenditure, Honorable Jinapor said these gains had not trickled down to the real economy. Government spending in the first 3 quarters of the year was 15 below target. He said a level of underspending, he believes, is choking business growth, limiting credit access, and contributing to delayed payment across key sectors. So this is Member of Parliament for Damango, Samuel Abdullahi Jinapor. He is saying that why would the government purchase 4 helicopters? Now we all remember the tragedy that happened not quite long, where we lost 6 or 7 gallant men, resource men that are productive and always have the interests of the country at heart. We lost them in a tragic helicopter crash. And so the government have decided to purchase 4 helicopter crashes, since the one we have, it's in a bad state and has challenges here and there. Now, Samuel Abdullahi Jinapor, Member of Parliament for Damango, is saying that government has no right to do that. Why will you purchase a 4 helicopter at the price of 3.1 billion? Why, whilst we have people, nurses, teachers that are demonstrating of not being paid? Now, this is what I want to say. Let's not commit a mistake that we've done before. This was the same mistake that the NDC did when they were in opposition. When the president wanted to purchase a jet, and they did that because at that time, the president was flying out of the country, hiring jets at a higher cost, going to beg for arms. And so they were very aggressive that the MPP government has no right to purchase a jet or to purchase a helicopter, because we've already spent 50% of the money in flying and in bathing in the air, while we see no benefit. And we saw its negative consequence this year, where we lost 7 to 8 gallant men because there was a problem with the aircraft. And now that the government has made up its mind to acquire a new aircraft, then come the opposition. Also say that, oh, no, why will you go for 4 aircraft? Why will you do that? Let's forget about the cost and focus on how it's going to help us. Because trust me, NDC wouldn't be in power for long. Even if they are supposed to be in power for 10 to 20 years, definitely they will in a way leave power for a party to come in. And whoever comes in is going to continue from where he has stopped. And definitely benefit from all the good things he did. So when the helicopter is being purchased, the government is not going to use it alone. The government will use it for a period of time. When they leave power, whoever comes in will have to continue with it. We need to forgo politics and face the issue. That is why I said that let's not make that same mistake that the NDC did when they were in opposition. We know the MPP didn't do the right thing by flying, hiring jets with huge sum of money, buffing in the air, and at the end still going on to beg for arms after singing the song and making it look as if we are beyond aid. But this is the situation we find ourselves. So should we just fold our hands and then use the one we have, which we know that is bad? What if the next government comes in power? And then the tragedy we experienced this year happens to repeat itself again. Are we waiting for more people to die? Maybe the next one that will happen wouldn't be ministers. It will be the president himself. So why not just purchase a new one? I think we should do away with repairing. The thing is spoiled, but we end up patching it. Once we fully know that patching this thing is not going to help, we've patch to what we saw. So we need to get a new one. We need to acquire a new helicopter. If the president is saying that he wants to acquire 4 helicopters, he has his own reason. The government cannot have one. Imagine we have like 10 helicopters, and then that incident happened. We would have had military, and the military has to have their own. We would have had them on board, like what we do see in movies. If a helicopter is about to crash, you will see another helicopter with armies or maybe security personnel doing everything possible to save the people. We can equally do same. Let's not mud this whole issue with politics and propaganda. It is not going to help us. If we want to use this one too for politics, then what will happen ahead of us, or what we will be experiencing in the next future, will be worse than what we are seeing today. When we take the initiative today, is to prevent such occurrences in the future. Now, he stated that we have teachers that are not being paid, we have nurses that are not being paid. Why will you use the money to purchase a jet? Did it start from this administration? It started from your administration. And mind you, the government is in its first year. And I'm sure the government will not just sit down and say that he's not going to hit to the cause of these people. If you are talking about nurses and teachers that are not being paid, it started way back from last year. We saw how massive teachers were demonstrating, how nurses were demonstrating, how some government or civil servants were demonstrating because they were not being paid. And it started way back from the previous government. So why not we give this government the chance and then sit back, relax, and see the measures he's putting in place and how he's going to solve it. Because if we want to come in with politics, with propaganda, it is not going to help us as a country. It is not. As the saying goes, prevention is better than cure. It's better we prevent it from reoccurring in the future than we folding our arms and then using politics as a gymnastic till another government comes into power and then we experience the same thing. Let's acquire this 4 jets. Even if it's more than $1 billion, let's acquire it, because it's not going to be used by the NDC government alone. There will definitely be a change of government, and any government that comes into power will benefit from it. The president is our asset. His well-being is our concern. And so we have to take that into consideration. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much for making time with Debbie's Grill. And thank you too for making time with us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Shortly, we'll go for the news. And right after the news, we'll be coming up with the main discussion. Please stick and stay with us.
amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1. Ghana Talks Radio, #1. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Good morning and welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, Education Minister proposes free special needs education starting January 2026. Unemployed teachers stand firm, refuse to submit petition without ministerial meeting. Akim Oda, Member of Parliament, urges President Mahama to prioritize hospital in favor of New Bole Hospital. Ghana struggles with toilet access and open defecation. Ghana increases fine for vehicle overloading to 50,000. Ghana police acquire 4 new patrol boats to boost marine security. These and many more coming up your way shortly.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
The Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has announced a new policy proposal aimed at making all special needs schools free, effective January 2026. The initiative seeks to ensure equal access to quality education and extend school feeding programs to special needs institutions. The policy proposal has been submitted to Cabinet for approval, with implementation slated to begin in January 2026. The move aligns with government's commitment to promoting accessible and equitable education to persons with disabilities and building on existing efforts to enhance education access and quality.
As just joined us, Prof, I recognize you, Prof Mahama. So I'm now on special education, and I have submitted a comprehensive policy paper to Cabinet to look at the possibility of introducing free education for all learners in special and integrated schools across the country. I intend that if I get the support of the President and Cabinet, for which I trust I have, from 1st January 2026, we should be able to provide for the needs of all learners with special needs in our country, including the provision of devices for persons who are visually impaired, those with hearing difficulties, and others. What I noticed as I went to Akropong was that even feeding, they still depended on government grants. That is not good enough. So we extend school feeding to all the special needs and integrated schools in the country. And for me, that would be the best intervention of meeting the needs of distressed, marginalized learners in the provision of our educational system. Accordingly, I've requested and directed GETFund to make a minimum allocation of 65 million Ghana cedis to support them.
The coalition of unemployed teachers from the colleges of education has refused to present their petition to the Deputy Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Education Service, insisting on meeting the Education Minister, Honorable Haruna Idrisu. The coalition, led by Eshen de Graft Brown, the Deputy President, is demanding immediate posting and financial clearance. The coalition has threatened to stage a demonstration of their demands if their demands are not being met. Meanwhile, the Education Service has acknowledged receiving petitions from the coalition and has established a technical committee to address the issue.
Yes, all because no petition has been submitted yet. Just because we are waiting for the minister's conference. But according to them, the deputy PRO is the petition. And as concerned teachers, we are saying that we want to see the PRO continue or the Minister for Education to come and receive our petition because we are not trusting them. So for now, we are still waiting for our petition to be received.
The former health minister and member of parliament for Akemoda, Alexander Kwesi is urging President Mahama to consider plans for a new hospital in Bole, instead allocate funds to renovate century-old Akemoda Government Hospital. Akwa made this appeal in Parliament, citing the existing district hospital in Bole as sufficient and emphasizing the need to fulfill Mahama's campaign promise to Akemoda residents. This appeal comes on the back of abandoned project and inefficient resource allocation in the health sectors.
It is stated that 2 district hospitals at Bole and Shama are going to be constructed. So, Speaker, I am aware that Bole has a district hospital. Bole has a district hospital. And so, why are we going to do a new hospital in Bole? Granted, it is the home of the president. It is the home of the president. And so, I mean, we can understand. But that is the difference between the ex-president and now the Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the current president, His Excellency John Mahama. The Chebi Hospital is one of the oldest hospitals in Ghana. But His Excellency, the former president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, did not build a new hospital. He only rehabilitated that hospital. He only rehabilitated that one. So we think that Bole's district hospital can be rehabilitated so that funding can be sent to Achimota Government Hospital. Just because when the president was campaigning, he came to Achimota and promised the people of Achimota that he was going to give us a new hospital. That is befitting of our municipality, because our hospital is over 100 years. I'm using this opportunity to remind the president that his promise to the people of Achimota is still sitting in the heads of the people of Achimota. And so the funding that is going to go to Bole, we're asking it to go to Achimota Government Hospital.
You heard from the former Deputy Health Minister Alexander Kwesi Akwa. Ghana is grappling with a severe sanitation crisis, with the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs revealing that only 25% of households have access to private toilets, while 18% of the population still practices open defecation. The situation is particularly there in the Upper East region, where the open defecation rate peaks at 49%. Minister Ahmed Ibrahim describes the situation as unacceptable and calls for a collective effort to address the issue. According to him, investing in a situation is crucial, as every dollar invested yields a return of 5.50 through improved health and productivity.
Instead of public works investment goes into water supply, leaving sanitation chronically underfunded. This imbalance has created a situation where water coverage improves while sanitation stagnates. And therefore, if you have about 91% of water coverage in Ghana, 91% for 90% of electricity access, and we have less than 30% or 39% of sanitation assets. It's a question that all of us must answer. The third critical problem is urbanization, outspacing infrastructure. Our urban population is rapidly growing at 3.3% annually, one of the highest in Africa, and has overtaken the pace of urban sanitation infrastructure development. In Accra alone, the population has grown more than 60% in the last 2 decades, but the expansion of sewage system has been minimal. Today, over 75% of urban households rely on on-site sanitation, mostly septic tanks, pit latrines, yet our disposal services and treatment facilities have not expanded proportionately. The fourth critical issue is weak enforcement of sanitation bylaws. Local government structures have the bylaws, but enforcement remains inconsistent. Many MMDs lack the adequate numbers of building inspectors and environmental health officers, logistics and budget for monitoring. As a result, households go for years without toilets, yet face no penalties. When enforcement weakens, non-compliance becomes the norm.
You heard from the Ministry of Local Government. Telephone Communication Limited Electronics is urging consumers to opt for energy-efficient air conditioners to reduce electricity consumption and lower utility costs. The company made this call at the Ghana Air Conference, where it unveiled its latest line of smart air conditions. TCL's new line of smart ACs is designed to provide consumers with a comfortable and energy-efficient cooling solutions, while also reducing the environmental footprint.
TCL has two major air conditioners. The first one is known as the on-off, that's your traditional air conditioner. Then they have the inverter air conditioners that save you up to 40% on your power consumption. So we usually push for inverter air conditioners because you're able to save on your power consumption, and they are very silent. And as you can see from the new lineup, the new air conditioner comes with a new feature which introduces fresh air into your homes. So there's a particular pipe that introduces fresh air from outside, fresh air that's being filtrated definitely into your home. So you are breathing fresh air and you are getting the best cooling you can get. When it comes to installation in general, the most important thing I believe is that there are no leakages. The other thing that I believe is very important is that the air conditioner you are buying has to be energy efficient, because you know the cost of utility in Ghana is a little bit high. So make sure that you buy an air conditioner that is energy efficient. An air conditioner that has a good filtration system so that you're able to breathe fresh air, and then it has to be installed by a certified technician so that it's done the right way and there are no leakages or issues where you might not really enjoy your air conditioner.
Roads and Highway Minister Honorable Kwame Agbodza has announced a significant increase in the fine for vehicle overloading from 5,000 to 50,000. This move is part of the government's axle load management aimed at reducing road management and enhancing safety to prevent road damages. Minister Agbodza emphasized that the government's goal is not to generate revenues but to stop overloading. The increased fine is expected to serve as a strong deterrent, encouraging transport operators to adhere to axle load limits. The Ghana Police Service has received 4 new patrol boats to strengthen the operations of 8 marine police units. Ghana's more than 550-kilometer coastline supports fishing, trade, offshore energy activities, and other pillars of the blue economy. However, the Marine Police Unit has long operated with limited resources, undermining efforts to combat illegal fishing, piracy, smuggling, and other maritime crises. The newly acquired vessels are expected to significantly enhance operations against illegal fishing, human trafficking, drug trafficking, and other transnational crimes along Ghana's territorial waters. Speaking at the commissioning ceremony, the Minister for Interior Muntaka Mohammed said the arrival of the boat marks a major steps in securing Ghana's maritime space and protecting the country's blue economy. The Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohonu, also noted that the new vessels will improve coastal patrols and increase police visibility across Ghana's maritime jurisdiction. He stressed that the boats will give the Marine Police Unit the mobility, speed and resilience needed to protect lives, secure livelihoods and ensure safety along the coastline. The Ghana Medical Association has condemned violent incidents at the Northern Region Hospital, formerly Tamale Central Hospital, following a viral video circulating on social media. The footage reportedly shows some youth besieging the hospital, locking up the office of the medical director and other administrative officers and barricading the outpatient department. In a statement, the Ghana Medical Association described the act as lawless and dangerous, cautioning such behavior endangers the life of patients. The association expressed concern over a growing trend of youth groups storming health facilities to threaten managers instead of following proper procedures to resolve grievances. The Ghana Medical Association is also urging the police to take swift action against those responsible. It's called on traditional leaders to intervene, while urging the youth to follow appropriate channels in addressing their concern. Additionally, the association appealed to the leadership of Ghana Health Service to ensure adequate protection for the medical director and all hospital staffs while resolving the issue. Dr. Richard Salome, Ghana Medical Association General Secretary, said the association is closely monitoring the situation and will take further actions if threats to health workers persist. In business, Ghana's producer price inflation dropped sharply to 1.4% in October 2025, down from 3.2% in September. This marks a 1.8 percentage point decline. Fresh data from the Ghana Statistical Service shows that the fall was largely driven by a significant slowdown in the mining sectors, the heaviest component of the index, with a weight of 43.7%. Producer inflation in the sector slid from 5.0% in September to 0.7% in October, representing a 4.3 percentage point drop. The manufacturing sector, which accounts for 35% of the PPI basket, recorded a modest increase from 1.7 to 2.5%, though still well below the 22.7% rate. The transport and storage subsectors continue to post deep negative inflation, falling further from -8.2 to -8.8%, indicating a notable drop in producer prices for October. The Ghana Statistical Service urged businesses to adopt aggressive efficiency strategies, including streamlining operations, cutting waste and boosting productivity to get more value from every cedi spent. For government, the service recommended targeted investment support, directing incentives towards firms that expand capacity, modernize technology, and create jobs, while also tackling structural constraints in energy, transport and logistics that keep production costs elevated. The Statistics Office also encouraged households to spend with intention by comparing prices, seeking value and patronizing sellers who reflect lower input costs in their pricing. The Ghana Revenue Authority is projecting January 1st, 2026 as the official start date for the implementation of the country's new value-added tax reforms, impending final approval from Parliament. Commissioner General Attorney Sapon, speaking at the Price Waterhouse Coopers post-budget forum in Accra, said the authority is fully prepared to roll out the changes at the beginning of the year. He He explained that Parliament has already commenced deliberation on the value-added tax amendment, and the Ghana Revenue Authority is hopeful that lawmakers will give the green light before Christmas. According to Mr. Sapon, early approval is crucial to ensuring a smooth transition into the new system. He added that the Ghana Revenue Authority has been engaging the Ministry of Finance and other stakeholders to ensure that full set of reforms ranging from adjustment to value-added tax structure to enhance digital invoicing system. Mr. Sapon noted that the authority has already put in place the technical and operational mechanisms required. This include upgrading digital platforms, improving taxpayer services, and coordinating with businesses that will be directly affected by the new value-added tax requirement. The Commissioner General also stressed the need of public sensitization after Parliament gives approval. He said this is necessary to ensure that taxpayers understand the new rules, especially changes to invoicing. He assured industry players that the GRA will maintain open dialogue throughout the period. The value-added tax reforms forms part of government's broader strategy to modernize the tax system, improve revenue mobilization, and support economic recovery in 2025 and beyond. To sports, Lioness Boss has named a squad for her first side upcoming friendly games against China and Ghana. England play China in the first game of the upcoming international break on November 29th at the Wembley before taking the Black Queens at Mary's Park on December 2nd. She is the senior squad for the first time after being a regular for the under-23 national side. There are returns to the England squad for Man City after injury, but Lauren James and Jess Cattell have not been selected to monitor their fitness. In terms of the goalkeeper position, Barkley has been named as the goalkeeper option to compete with Anna Morehouse, and 3 goalkeepers have just 1 Lioness Cup between them. Still on sports, the list of countries to compete in the Intercontinental Playoff to determine the 2 remaining nations qualified to the 2026 FIFA World Cup is now complete. The final round of qualifiers in the respective continent were completed on Tuesday, November 18th. That had the likes of Panama qualify to next year's World Cup from the CONCACAF region. They have become the smallest country ever to qualify and compete at the FIFA World Cup. Suriname and Jamaica have joined the Democratic Republic of Congo and Iraq in the mini tournament that will be played between March 23rd and March 31st in 2026 in Mexico. Based on FIFA rankings, DR Congo and Iraq have been seeded as finalists in the mini tournament, with each nation set to face the winner of the semi-final matchups. A special draw to pair the semi-finalists will be conducted at the FIFA headquarters in Switzerland on Thursday, November 20th. In showbiz, Ghanaian musician Shatawale has earned fresh praise from coordinator of Black Star Experience, Rex Owusu-Mafo. Mr. Mafo, known as Rex Omar, has described Shatawale as a genuine trailblazer of modern Ghanaian music. Speaking in an interview, he highlighted the advocacy his ink had embarked on in the past to cause the gradual positive change in the creative industry. Asked which of the younger generation of musicians took after the act of advocacy, Rex said Shatawale reflects the energy and vision he once brought into the industry. He added that the recognition Shatawale and other creatives are now enjoying stems from years of advocacy, which government is beginning to appreciate. I am grateful that His Excellency the President and the government of Ghana are understanding the advocacy and taking action, he noted. Rex Omar recalled being in South South Africa, where the 2026 national budget was announced, of which 20 million had been allocated to the Film Fund, another 20 million to the Creative Art Fund, among other allocations. He emphasized on it as a proactive step in reviving the creative art industry. And that is all for now on the morning news update. I will be back with subsequent news bulletin later in the afternoon. As usual, don't forget to log on to all streaming platforms as well as logging on to our website at www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news update. I am Deborah Adorso. Good morning.
Ghana Talks Radio, number 1.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adorso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Ghana Talks Radio, number 1. Ghana Talks Radio, number 1. Ghana Talks Radio, number 1.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adorso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Good Good morning to you once again. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is the second segment of the show. And as you know, we bring in knowledgeable guests and we come up with insightful topics. And they are going to share their informed perspectives and opinions on issues that matter to you every morning right here on your show. And I am your host, Ruth Esenam-Fiagbedu. And joining me this morning in the studio is our regular Thursday guest, the man of controversies, Mr. Dubik Ganib, who is also a social commentator. Good morning, Mr. Dubik.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine. I like your shirt.
Thank you. I saw you somewhere last night.
Really?
Yeah.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Where exactly? Where is that?
You should tell me where you went. You should be telling us and the public where you went.
Where I went? Oh, really?
Where did you go last night?
I didn't go anywhere last night.
I saw you last night somewhere. That place was not your house, but I saw you there.
What were you also doing there?
I'm roaming ambassador.
I was also roaming.
No.
No.
You should tell us
you
where
can't
you
put
were
me on the
last
spot
night.
like that.
Tell us where you were last night.
Please, I'll not tell anybody.
Where you were. Tell us. The listeners are ready to listen. They said I should ask you. When I was coming, people saw me on the way and they told me that if you go, tell us, ask her where she was yesterday.
Oh, Mr. Dubik, you tell us what you were doing there yesterday.
I went there to meet
Where
people,
is that? Where is that?
I think I was at the Italian ambassador's residence.
Oh, nice. Oh, you were there?
Yes, I was there.
Oh.
That's where I saw you.
You saw me?
Yes.
Oh, but I didn't see you there.
I saw you covering the event.
Oh, really? I see.
Maybe I was in disguise. I was wearing some mask and all that. Or
mask?
I was part of the security. That's why
security?
Yes.
Why the security?
Tell me the Juma Biado. I was part of the ushers or the waiters.
Ushers?
Yes.
You?
Who ushered you in and all that.
I don't know you to be a very friendly person, so the ushering, don't go there. Please don't go close. Anywhere close. But how was the event so far?
It was good.
It was good.
Well, we met people, we spoke with people. It was all good, and their setup and everything. I think the media team they employed to do their work did a really good job.
Oh, I see. Nice. It's good you had fun.
Yeah, I did to some extent. I hardly have fun.
Please.
The things you might think it's fun might not be fun for me at all.
Please make sure you have fun.
Okay.
Life is short. Have fun.
I hear.
By the way, I love your shirt.
Thank you.
Is it from TP?
Yes, from TP, of course. Everyday TP.
Everyday TP.
Everyday TP.
When am I having mine?
Okay, you bring your man. You do something for
my man.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'll bring my man so that you do something for him, something nice and beautiful. Why I say my man? Okay.
I didn't say that. I only said bring your man.
Oh, bring
if you
my
don't have
man.
a man, Abi, you have men, you have brothers, you have father. Mr. Fiagbedu is there. You can bring Mr. Fiagbedu or your brothers. Abi, you have two brothers.
Yes, I have two brothers.
So you can bring them. If you don't have a man, they are your men. They will take care of you until your man arrives.
No, till they die.
They will hand over the baton to your man.
No. They have to be there once my man is there.
They are also somebody's man. You know that.
Hey, and so we are related by blood.
You are renting.
But if it is good for me, it's good for them.
No. You are renting. The title "my man" to them is a rent. You are renting. When the time comes, they will evict you and accept new tenant.
Let's not go there.
We're already there.
We'll talk about that back door. Anyways, how is the system treating you so far?
The system is good. Everything is well. Every day, new wahala.
Every day, so wahala.
Yes, but it's good.
It's good. Right. Let's get into the main issue for the day. So there's been a new development with regards to the removal of the former Chief Justice, Madam Gertrude Tokonu. And this time around it's coming from the ECOWAS court. So the ECOWAS court rejects Tokonu's request to stop probe committee. Right, let me read this short article, then you tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
So the ECOWAS Court of Justice has dismissed an application by former Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu, who wanted the court to stop the committee set up to investigate her removal from office. Justice Tokonu has asked the court to place temporary restrictions on the work of the committee chaired by Justice Gabriel Scott. The committee was established by President John Dramani Mahama to look into the issues that led to her suspension in April 22, 2025, and her eventual removal. But in its ruling on Wednesday, November 19, 2025, the ECOWAS court stated that although Justice Tokonu presented a prima facie case suggesting possible human rights violation, she failed to prove that the matter was urgent enough to justify stopping the committee's work. The court noted that she waited nearly 3 months before filing her motion, despite knowing the committee was already working. The judges said this delay weakened her argument of imminent harm. The court also dismissed a separate argument from Ghana's Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayeni, who claimed the case should not be heard because similar issues were already before a Ghanaian court. The ECOWAS court disagreed, saying the application before it focuses specifically on alleged human rights violation, not on overturning any decision of a Ghanaian court. The court concluded that if it has full jurisdiction to hear the main case, it has therefore declared Justice Tokonu's application admissible and ordered the Attorney General to file a response. That is what the article reads. What are your thoughts on this?
Me, I've already said this. See, when you go to the ECOWAS court, the ECOWAS court doesn't enforce the Ghanaian laws. You understand?
Yeah.
The ECOWAS court doesn't interpret the Ghanaian laws. What they deal with are ECOWAS charters, agreements Ghana has signed as being part of the ECOWAS community. You get it? So in the end, going there and then thinking that they would give you an injunction to stop a constitutional process in Ghana itself, I think doesn't sit well with me. Because if you look at the processes gone by, what are the processes? The base of the conversation is all about Article 146. Article 146 is within the jurisdiction of Ghanaian courts. The ECOWAS court cannot come in and wade into the Article 146 issues. What they will do is the human rights violations that Tokono has raised.
Right.
So all these issues, and there's no way that the ECOWAS court, based on the human rights violations, will say that I'm like every constitutional process that is going on in Ghana should be thrown out or halted. It won't happen. Ask yourself, why did the ECOWAS court wait until now to bring their verdict out? You understand? They might not have said it in plain language, but what it tells me is that they didn't want to interfere in the constitutional process going on in Ghana. You understand? So, even if Tokono wins a case at the ECOWAS court, I don't see them saying that she should come back as the Chief Justice or something. Even if she wins, the only thing the ECOWAS can do is maybe award some compensation to her, and that'll be it. I don't see anything else. So if the Ghana as a state decide not to abide by the ruling of the ECOWAS, what would the ECOWAS court do? What would the ECOWAS court do? They cannot do anything. But in a Ghanaian court, if the president or anybody says that I will not abide by the ruling of the court, it's either contempt or sometimes you are even charged with high treason. So me rushing to the ECOWAS court and then it is not important to me. It is just the waste of public space and waste of public time. See, we had to put the AG on a flight from here to Nigeria, you pay the AG per diems. He will not go alone. He will go with a team of lawyers and all that.
Right.
They will not go the very day. They will go and spend like 2 or 3 days. You understand? They return.
Yeah.
Are we not wasting money on this thing?
I think we are.
Are we not wasting money on this thing? You see, these are the reasons why I always say that Tokono was not fit to be AG. She lacks the, what do you call it, the emotional intelligence to deal with issues. You see, when I say this, I give a classical example of her conduct in court when lawyer Tadia raised an objection against Justice Geu sitting on the case. When Tadia started his argument, he just shouted, "Lawyer, sorry, I've heard enough, I've heard enough." You don't do that. Let the person espouse his objections. Let the person bring forth the issues. You've heard enough. You are not the only person on the panel, was she? There were other people on the panel too. So did she ask the other people on the panel if they've heard enough? Was she the only person who wrote the ruling, or the other people also contributed? So if we are to go into talk or not, we will have examples of the things that she did, that even in her house, if we had any law to remove her from her house, we will still go through and remove her from the house.
Is it that bad?
It is that bad. Now, why I me say DJ Cham to him in person better than her. Me be a man say ubi sam say adentina me person better. Me be a man say me kasa. I was a count to Mate 170 na eh. Enya won kwan so na better asem na so. Wo mo ana omote won chen na o mu tie me kwa adu na me de body DJ Cham no. Had they also heard enough? No. It is you who had heard enough. What did I say? And apparently, Supreme Court, you know, Obia trying to reasoning. No, the reasoning is not written by one person. When you watch some go Supreme Court near the 5 judges, Tanaswa, Obia be try reasons in tia, Omubu assembly tia. You get it? So based on that, just based on that common principle, say everybody would have to write the reasoning in the judgment. If Tokono had said that I've heard enough, was he saying that I've heard enough on behalf of all the people sitting on the panel, or what? Oh yes, I never way near you feel her. No one saw your court and court. That is not nice. They are she's just finding ways to waste our resources for nothing.
For nothing. Right. So what then happened next? Right now that the court says they are waiting for the response of the Attorney General.
Yes. The Attorney General is going to file his defense. Our defense, I won't say his. He's filing on our behalf because it is us against her. He's going to file our defense and defend us. When the defense is filed, they are going to either, I don't know how the processes at the ECOWAS court, but in Ghana they would have done a case management conference, disclosures and all that. Afterwards, then they proceed to the substantive matter. But I don't know how the process is done over there. But I think that the process is going to be similar, since it is all in the common jurisdiction. So now that has happened, the AG is going to file, and they are going to go ahead and then hear the substantive matter. But I don't think Tokono is going to win this thing. That is just my opinion. I just think that she's just looking for avenues to make the government, no, I won't say unpopular, but lose some faith in the international community. Because if you portray a certain picture about the Ghanaian government, that they abuse their laws, they do this, they do that, even if it deters investors.
It deters investors.
Because if an investor is coming into the country and he thinks that the law is not fair to me, he will not come. The law must be fair to the investor. So what she's doing, it has a lot of consequences. It has a lot of issues. But I don't know who is advising her, if she's doing it on purpose or she has not averted her mind to it or what. Tokono didn't have any business being what do you call it, the chief justice.
Right.
She didn't have any business being the chief justice, because I remember in one of her press conferences, she said that the due lodge that they were hearing her case, one of the guys that killed his uncle, that's where they planned it there.
That's what.
So imagine if I bear the surname of that same guy and I appeared before her in any court, what would have happened to me? Baby, what's it, according to you, where they planned to, what do you call it, assassinate your uncle scares you. Just the name of the place or you entering the place scares you. Imagine me bearing the same surname as the same person who killed your uncle.
You can shoot the person at any time.
So you see, all these things goes a long way to tell me that Tokono didn't deserve to be even a judge in the first place.
Emotions are being.
Of course. Once you become a judge, you must make sure that your emotions are set aside. Even a lawyer self, your emotions must be set aside. Sometimes you know this, my client is guilty. You know, but the evidence presented to you, sometimes your client will even admit in your face that, look, that thing I did it. But it is your legal duty,
responsibility to defend the person.
To defend the person.
Right.
Unless you can say, I can't defend you, find another lawyer. But once the person comes to you and you accept to defend the person, whether the person is guilty or not, you are bound to defend the person. So in the law profession, anything related to law, you must set your emotions aside. You must be as, I don't want to say heartless, but that's the only word I can use, as heartless as possible. Sometimes you go to court, you take somebody to court, and somebody who is being accused of murder to court, you go there, you see the victim's family there, weeping, insulting your client, but you have to still put up a defense.
Yes, you still have to.
So if Tokono didn't have this temperament to deal with issues relating to his uncle's death and where his uncle was, the plot to murder his uncle was carried out, then she didn't have any business becoming a lawyer or a judge or whatever in the first place. That also occurred. Nurse ni kura nkokra nkokoye nurse. And amate kuya say why di bi banko be won panie kuno.
But even in the first place, wasn't necessary for her to even pinpoint that out.
You see, what she wanted to do was PR.
Okay.
So he wanted to prey on the emotions of Ghanaians. Me and yes, our time now cancer seminar. Na me say she is related
to that man.
You understand? But she wanted to bring out the emotions of Ghanaians, so Ghanaians can empathize or sympathize with her. You understand? That is allowed, but look, it didn't help her case. It didn't help her case. Like, let me just cite this example. So, boy Jawa. So, wait me. You can wait me. I share that soon or a video now they are sending.
Some of them.
And no be na talk on oil no. But obi a we asimi suro no pie obi a wo sun with me video no.
You see that a lot on social media.
Yeah, the person will be crying and has the nerve to pick a camera and video.
No, a documentary.
I don't get
you are documenting
that
the
is
moment.
That is
drama. That is you documenting the moment.
Oh, that is drama. Please, me. If a day comes that I have to cry, video.
If a day comes and you have to cry.
Yes.
Meaning you've not cried before.
When I was a child, they said beating small. Mommy will beat you, sisters will beat you, brothers will beat you, you cry. Teachers will beat you, you cry. But ever since I grew up, I don't remember the last time I shed tears. Maybe a number of kitchen if you charge in a number of that's a different thing.
I see.
For me, I was trained in a way that tears is seen as weakness. You get it?
Okay.
So regardless of how difficult it is, stand firm.
Stand firm.
Yes.
It's good.
Yeah.
That makes you emotionally intelligent as well.
Yeah. And sometimes people say I'm heartless. You talk about their issues and I'll be smiling. Issues that they are crying about, I'll be smiling. Now we ask them.
Okay, that's fine. Right. So back on track. Looking at this ruling, does it by any way affect the legitimacy of the?
No, not at all.
Of appointing Bafoboni as the new Chief Justice.
Okay. I thought you were going to say, does it affect the legitimacy of the main issue?
Of the main issue.
No, it doesn't affect the legitimacy of the main issue.
Of the main
but
issue.
But it goes on to affirm the stance the Ghanaian people took that regardless of the case going on in court, let's appoint Bafoboni to
be the new Chief Justice.
Of course. You get it? Because our constitution says that you cannot stop a constitutional mandated individual or body or institution from doing its constitutional duty. It is a constitutional duty of the president to appoint a chief of staff if there is vacancy.
If there is vacancy.
It is a constitutional mandate of parliament to vet the appointment of the president, of the chief justice. You get it? So these are all constitutional duties that these institutions and individuals are performing. So you cannot stop them with any other thing.
Any other thing.
Like the easy. Then somebody will just wake up one day, 7th December. Then you wake up, like maybe 5th December, you take a petition to court or a motion to court, and then seek an injunction to stop the EC from organizing elections. Can you imagine the chaos that will happen in this country? That's why the constitution doesn't allow that. Whatever process it is, it can be remedied after the deed has happened.
After the deed has happened.
So as it stands now, if the Supreme Court says Tokono was unfairly removed, the Supreme Court will give orders. The orders can be that because Tokono was unfairly removed, she should go back and take her position. The status quo must remain.
Must remain.
So it means that Bafoboni's appointment, his vetting, does not exist. It has been cancelled.
Right.
You get it? So these things are things that the law made remedies for. But I don't understand why the issues came up and then people who are lawyers were acting as if say Omonti Bida. Because even presidents, if there is a petition against the elections, we don't say because there is a petition against the winner of a presidential election, we should wait till the issues are litigated upon before we can go and then swear in the president. The president is sworn in, and the process is continuous. If it happens that the president was an illegitimate president, the law will remove him. You get it?
Right.
And the new person will take over. These things are simple and all that. But I don't understand how these people were behaving that way.
Right. So lastly, do you have any expectations for the outcome of this particular case?
Me, I've always said my expectation. Enko baby.
It would be nice to talk on.
Enko
baby. All right. That ends it then on that particular issue. Right. Let's dive into our main discussion for this morning. Extradition of former Maslog boss almost done. Attorney General confirms. So Attorney General and Minister for Justice Dr. Dominic Ayeni has confirmed that Ghana is nearing the final stages of extraditing former Maslog Chief Executive Sedinam Christine Tamaklo, who has been on the run since 2023. Speaking to Parliament on Tuesday, Dr. Dominic Ayeni disclosed that Ghanaian authorities working with international law enforcement agencies have completed all major processes required to bring the former state official back to Ghana to face justice. Sedinam Tamaklo, who served as CEO of the Microfinance and Small Loans Center under the previous administration, fled Ghana while standing trial for causing financial loss to the state. A bench warrant was issued after she failed to return to the country to continue the proceedings. The Attorney General said all necessary documentation, diplomatic engagement, and legal proceedings have been completed, describing the extradition process as almost concluded. He assured Parliament that once the final clearance is issued by the partnering countries' authorities, the former Maslock boss will be brought back to Ghana to face the outstanding charges. Sedinam Tamaklo is standing trial alongside former Maslock Operations Director Daniel Axim on allegations including causing 90 million Ghana cedis financial loss to the state, misappropriation of Maslock funds, procurement breaches, and misuse of public funds. The Attorney General emphasized that the completion of the extradition process is part of Ghana's renewed commitment to ensuring accountability and then ending impunity for economic crimes. That's what the statement read.
Okay.
Mr. Dupree, why do you think this whole process has delayed?
Well, extradition issues are complicated most often times. It's not like you just take your documents to the court and then
it just happens like that.
It doesn't happen like that. You take your issues to the court of the country you are seeking to extradite the person from. The person will also mount a defense. The country must look into the issues and know that it is not political in nature. I think the person is not your political opponent, and you just want to bring him and then maltreat him. The country there must also look into what you call it, human rights violations that may occur when the person comes and all that. So it takes time. It takes time, sometimes years. You see, let me use the case of Dada Joe and then the Fraud Boys issues that they were extradited. It took time. According to some quarters, they said the previous administration was dragging its feet. It didn't want to even extradite them until this administration. Really? Yes, that's what I've heard. It's just an allegation. I don't have any evidence
backing that.
Yes. So if you look at things, the administration there can also decide that, oh, this person being here is helping us. You understand? Maybe the person came into the country with some huge amount of money. That is helping their what do you call it, economy. That probably the person has invested in things, is stealing the money from the parent country to the other country to invest in other things and all that. So the country that will help you bring the person back must also weigh these things. Is it beneficial to us if the person goes back? What do we stand to gain? You understand? So it's not just a simple process that you just go and then boom, you get the person back.
And it just happens just like that.
Of course. So I think that it is a step in the right direction. We all know her political leanings. If it happens that she's an NDC person, committed a crime during NDC's era, MPP came, prosecuted her. She fled out of the country. I don't know how.
I wanted to ask how.
What I heard was that she asked for permission from the court to go for a medical
attention.
Yes.
And we don't have hospitals in the country.
They don't like the hospitals.
I don't understand. And the court allowed her.
If you don't allow her, you're violating her rights too.
But looking at how do I put it? Looking at her case, don't you think it would have been more better if maybe the court would have recommended a hospital for her right here in the country? Or she gets to choose the kind of hospital she wants to go to?
It is your right to choose the kind of medical help that you need.
But the person has stolen from the state.
That is why, the fact that the person has stolen from there's allegation that the person has stolen from the state doesn't mean that the person has actually stolen from the state. Senka, you prosecute too, no? And you're finding the guilty, no, demu dia. You see, the rights has been curtailed. Oh yeah, the prison hospital and Kabako. Oh yeah, Abroswa na Kwalebu. Abroswa Kwalebu na Kabako Kuli. But since the case has not been litigated and fully come to its full conclusion yet.
Yeah.
You cannot just say that because the person is standing trial, I'm limiting or denying her of her right to what do you call it, medical checkup of her choosing. You see, that's why sometimes even when you go to the hospital and then you say, I don't like being here, discharge me, they'll give you a consent form to fill.
To fill, yeah. And
that's your right to decline to choose whatever medical procedure or whichever medical doctor or whoever or from wherever that you want to go. You get it? Wherever you want to go, they will allow you to go. It is your right to choose where you want to be treated. The fact that you are having a pending court issue doesn't take away that right. You get it? That based on that is why the court allowed her to go. And her bail conditions was, I think, around, it was quite huge.
It was quite huge.
Somebody stood in for her. And then after she absconded and refused to return, the person had to cough up the money.
The money?
Yes.
Wow.
It was not easy for the person. I won't mention the person's name, but I know.
It's okay for you don't want to invade privacy.
Yes.
All right. That's fine. Right. So when she returns into the country, is the trial going to take her fresh or is going to continue from where they left it?
No, they've already convicted her. They tried him up in Assumption and then
10 years.
Yes, 10 years. So when she comes, she's going straight to serve her term.
All right.
2023. So I'm going to go 2 years.
I don't believe Agrada is in prison though.
She is in prison.
Okay. I hear you.
Where is she? Where do you think she is?
I don't know. But my instinct just tells me she's
in prison. Yesterday she was in court.
But she was not there herself.
She was there herself.
Really?
She was in court herself. Her lawyers didn't appear. So they've adjourned her case to, I think, 2nd December. So she will reappear in court. She's in jail. And the skin is not skinning.
Yeah.
The skin color is not skin color.
For that one, the
color is not coloring. The color is not coloring. So Agrada is in jail.
Right. So what are your last thoughts on this particular issue?
I think it's a good thing. If they are bringing her back to serve her sentence, it's a good thing. And we should strive to, I won't say we because I'm not part of the political elite. They call themselves the political class. One stupid term, excuse my language, I hear.
Which is?
Political class.
Political class. Elite.
And
the political elite.
And some phone crime. And that term, do you know who is making it? Who is strengthening that thing?
Who is that?
Afenyo Markin.
I thought that's
he started that political class thing.
He's the one. I thought as much. He'll be the one.
You are a politician. You don't have a class. There's no class, or anybody can be a politician. Anybody, even the assemblyman,
is a politician. Yeah.
So, what do you mean by political class?
Maybe it could be the understanding. It could be so like just how you are more abreast with law terms and all of that. So it could be like the law class.
Okay. Let me tell you this. Oya homaso enya hiafo ne nyeska mbram enya hiafo nyina ne nyeska mbram ho ase. You get it? If somebody gets to a position that he never in his wildest dream thought he was going to get there, he starts to see himself as a demigod. And sometimes if I listen to Afenyo Markin talk about these things, that is the kind of impression that I get. I don't know him personally, so I cannot say that is how he is, but that's the impression I get. Because if you look at how he grew up, how finances and money was when he was a child, when he was young and all that up until now, and then he attaining that level, I think that is the reason why sometimes he does the things that he does. Because I don't understand why you sit down and say that the politician, political class. Do you remember he himself said they should build a hospital for parliamentarians?
Yeah.
What kind of thinking is that?
He said that.
What kind of thinking is that? What is wrong with Kolebu? Afenyomaken, what is wrong with Kolebu? What is wrong with UGMC? What is wrong with Bank Hospital? What is wrong with the Maritime Hospital? What is wrong with Rage? What is wrong with those hospitals? Look at where the Parliament of Ghana is. It is situated in between hospitals.
In between hospitals, yes.
Better hospitals in the Parliament of Ghana. If anybody thinks I'm lying, they can research on about the hospitals around the hospital, surrounding the Parliament of Ghana.
Yeah.
And Afenyomaken will call himself political class, and hence he need a special hospital for them. A burden on where Bonani, ye don't go in Ambrano, almost so in America, so almost go seeking medical help.
I know we're joining.
Oh, these things are things that we have to stop. Once we give you a position, you are accountable to us. Because what we are any do go in court. Kwana kwa chere wunzemu, ebo wakodem. You are no more than the plantain thief. You get it? Ebida nsawam. One more diabetes. Almost sebe. I don't want to spoil people's appetite this morning. They should forgive me. They have sore on their body, and then it will be water will be dripping, fluids will be dripping out of it. But they are there just for maybe stealing a plantain, duping somebody maybe of 10,000 cedis. But you dupe the state millions of dollars of cedis, and when we are about to collect our money, you run.
You say you are going for medical attention.
Agbeve Army Scientific Agbeve ne Army Scientific Eba anyhow. They can go there and seek medical help. You get it?
Yeah.
Medical checks, right? I keep saying medical health. It's medical checks, and you are not correcting me. So I think that these are things that we can do, to kind of make them accountable to us. It doesn't make sense that anytime that Obia Bonina was in the RMA hospital or Conswa.
This is Obia or medical attention. Medical attention, medical check.
It is bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's that bad.
Yeah.
So we are just hoping that the extradition takes place ASAP immediately.
Of course.
Then.
Of course.
She will go and save her jail term.
Her jail term.
Right. Good morning to you, Madam Mabel.
Good morning.
Yes, Santua.
Yes.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm fine. We'll be waiting for you for
yes. So sorry for you. Sorry to your viewers and also to everyone here.
Yeah.
Good morning to everyone. Good morning, my boss.
Good
it's
morning,
been a long time.
Yes, we did.
I really miss you guys. How is Omari?
He's doing well.
Okay.
I believe he is.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
That's fine. Right. We are already delving into the main issues already, and we've already started talking about the first topic that has to do with the extradition of the Maslock CEO.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So you can equally briefly share your thoughts on that, then away we go.
Okay, so I want to use the opportunity to say good morning to our very own President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, then the Vice President, Professor Jinana Opoku Ajaman, and our party leadership from Chairman Alisedu Ketia to every member of the NDC and the good people of Ghana, and also our MCs of Gan West and Gan North, which is Honorable Desmoni Sowa, and also Akwete Agbo of Gan North. Good morning to both of them, and I pray that God gives them the energy and the knowledge and the wisdom so that they can continue doing the good work they are doing for Mother Ghana. So we are behind them.
Right.
Okay, so I learned that April 2024, there was a case that concerning the Maslock CEO, and I think his deputy to operation or something. Some people was also involved.
Yeah.
And the case was they did the case in absentia, and throughout the process, they were jailed. But
yes.
I think she had 10 years, and the other had 5 years.
Mr. Daniel had 5.
Yes, and I think because she's not around, she couldn't serve the jail term in Ghana.
Yes.
And I also further investigated, and I realized that in July 2024, 19th July 2024, the Attorney General by then also requested for her to be brought down to Ghana so that she can serve her term. But I think they didn't push it further, or they didn't follow. I don't know what happened. So the Attorney General right now, the AG right now, Dr. Dominic Ahinye, has also communicated to us that they have had several communications with the US, and whilst the US will also do the they will do the
extradition process.
Yes, process in their own terms. So let's see. Since he says that he is having conversations with them so that she'll be brought down to Ghana so that she can serve her term. Yeah. So let's pray that everything, because this was last year and we are in 2025.
Yes.
So I think that they will do a good job, and I believe in them. I believe in the AG, and I know they are going to do their best to bring her back. Yes, to face the law. And we all know that John Dramani Mahama has made it clear that even though if you are in the new appointees or any member of his administration, if you don't know and you do something equally to that, you're going to face the law. Will hang you, yes. And even in our political party itself, the NDC itself, that is our roots. If you are even a member of the NDC and you do something which is against our constitution, so you know every political party has their constitution. We know how it is. There may be investigations and a whole lot. Then you'll be sanctioned. That is how we do. We believe that we do. That is why we have a lot of discipline within our political party, because you know you cannot cross borders. Even though if you are from the grassroots, you have issues, you know the rights courses you have to supposed to. You cannot just jump and do a lot of things. So we are being trained very well. So I know that giving them opportunity, they know already that if you don't do well and you go, like for example, what we are seeing a lot of infractions in the current, in the previous administration. That's people are say it's alleged. Because there's an investigation that has gone on, and you can see they mention figures. They don't just wake up and say that you've spent, but there is investigation that has gone on. There were oral investigation that went on thoroughly. There are documents backing a lot of them, although the court has not. The court is a final say. If some of these things happen in our political party, we will leave you for the court. That one day they know. Everybody knows. So I believe that the AG will bring her down, and it serves as an example to those in power now. And you know, if you don't do it right, and they go through your books and they find out that this is what you've done, you also face the law, and the president has made it clear. So the few I can say is, since the AG has communicated back to us, as he has been doing since he was appointed. You understand? This is the first time getting governance that is always giving you information. Update to the people. And governance is by carrying your people along. So them carrying us along in the criminal investigations, criminal conducts, a lot of procedures that his office is doing. He always makes sure that he interacts with us and gives us the updates, and we are the people. He is serving us. He is in the office because of us. I think it's a very good call for him to even come to say that to communicate back to us. And I realized that the minority caucus was calling for that. And I'm like, come on, April was the one who did, even before you sent the case to court. What were you doing? What were you doing? You didn't do anything until you started a trial in absentia. Then you got the jail sentence. What did you do after then?
Okay.
You understand? You said, as I said earlier on, 19 January 2024, you requested for it. But what effort did you put from July to December you left office? There's a long term over there. You didn't do anything, and you are putting pressure on the new government, the new government to go and bring somebody that you jailed.
Right.
So, you understand?
So what would be some of the factors, in your opinion, that you think delayed this whole process of bringing this woman back into the
unless
country?
we ask the minority? I'm kind of worried that my gentleman MPP man is not here. He is supposed to answer all these questions to me.
Why?
Me as Santua sitting here, I cannot say, because they were in government, and from April to December you couldn't do anything about that. Even as I'm saying, before you even begin the process, for example, look at Kenoforiata, that the OSP is delaying the process. Look at what the way we are focusing on issues, because the AG is giving us updates.
Do you think it's the OSP delaying the case, or is the system?
Who is supposed to work? Human beings are supposed to work, right? Human beings are supposed to work. And if the AG even came out that he needs the document, he also came out to do a press conference. And I always say his press conference as lectures. I wasted my 2 hours to watch the OS because I thought that he's coming to give me a different story. And I didn't see anything.
The same old story.
Exactly.
Right.
So people are supposed to work. And as I'm saying, the AG is carrying us across. Before even he will take the case to court, he tells us the details. Whatever they found out. Whatever. So you, even though you sit, you understand that he has evidence. He has something that is on board. Look at the Eduboahin case. When he sent it to court, before he will take the case to court, he told us what he has found. The investigation that they found, whatever they've seen, and blah blah, with the documents that the things that you being at home, if you see all this, and you want him say the case in the court, would him say it will fappen. You get it? Be previous. You don't see all these things. All the thing you hear is that is all. But this time around, it's different thing altogether, because we are being carried across. Even our old women, ladies, that old women, they are being carried away. Like they are being carried across. You understand? So I don't think somebody should say system or something. You are supposed to work. It's your duty. You are there because of that.
Right.
And nothing else. What I expect is good news, and the final solution. And so, as I said again, I know Dr. Hine will do this, but since he is communicating with them, he's communicating with them already. He has his own cases to also deal with. You understand?
Right. So the office of AG is actually on its way to complete this particular process to bring back this Maslog former boss right into this country. Do you think there's hope for the case of Kenoforiata to also finish this whole process and bring him back to
Kenoforiata?
Yes.
As I said, Kenoforiata
or issue. Even not just to Kenoforiata, but with the issue of corruption-related cases in other countries with our people, involving our people.
We pray that when they push further, they put in a lot of efforts. We'll get there. Without efforts, how can you get there? For the Kenoforiata's issue, everybody knows how it is. Everybody has, you yourself, even a Kolampoa or Wofipo, Nanapra Ponku School Dapo, has been educated about Kenoforiata's dealings. You understand? So everybody is pushing. Even his own political people are also pushing, not only with the NDC. You get it? So all I will say is that they should push further. They should do their part. But the OSP, I'm confused. Yes, I'm confused. I'm really confused. I'm really, really confused. And I don't know what he's doing. You see, when you say that he'll come and give you lectures, I don't need lectures. I need productivity. I need the outcome of whatever. So please, whoever, the AG and the OSP, whoever is doing whatever, we want these people back down.
Back down.
Yes. If you care, the most important is Kenoforiata.
Okay.
Because these people, They did a lot. Even though if you are sick, they will send you to the court. Since you are alive, you have to come and answer to us.
You come and answer.
So I don't know what they are covering. I don't know what is going on. We need them in Ghana.
Right. Mr. Dubik.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to add your voice.
I think that she has said most of the things, and I don't disagree.
You don't disagree?
Yes, I think that whatever you think that you've done, whatever the nation is accusing you of, if you think you've not done it, why do you run?
Why do you run?
If somebody accused me of stealing a phone in this office, in this studio, and I've not stolen the phone, why would I carry my bags and run? I'll give you my bags, raise up my hand, allow you to search. If you search and there's nothing on me, then I can go. You get it? Even that if I get home, I'll sleep peacefully. If I get out of here and run without any search, and I know I haven't taken the phone, when I even get home, I still wouldn't sleep peacefully because I think, hey, how can I go there again?
How can you go there again?
Of course. Now they are Ghanaians, so they have family here.
Yes.
But they can't come back.
But they can't come back.
So just sit down, go through the process. If we find you guilty, go to jail.
Go to jail.
Accept it. When you were enjoying, you accepted it and enjoy the money.
So going to jail,
you have to accept it and go and chill there. When you were chilling outside, you enjoyed it.
You accepted it.
So if we find you guilty, go to jail and chill.
But I feel like you even running, you're worsening your case because you'll be living in fear and panic.
You see that thing? It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't even make sense.
Yes, what we are there. You stand trial. If you're found guilty, you go to jail. You accept the sentence and you go. If there's any appeal that you have to do, you appeal. Ojani 2 years ni. Ojani 2 years. Mewa.
Yes.
The almost sentence no organ and or appeal ye. And or file say stay of execution. And onya bail ni in free jail. Some corner nam ne baby for the 2 years. And as in yedi. And what Johnny? Over Banocra, you grant a time I had the mouth over to me the appeal na a trim.
Night trim.
Do bend. Oh, bang, so I'm now.
Overcall. So 10 years into buy and now
I grad Adam 15.
We are marching on.
When you're 10, what done?
We are marching to our jail cells.
You must do that.
All right, let's look at
that. It doesn't even give confidence in your surname. At the end of the day, you see, my name Dubik. It's not mine, no. It has been the name in the family for generations.
For generations.
I'm going to leave that same Dubik for my kids. My children will give it to their grandkids. The generation is going to live on. So if I have a position today, now I'm sorry could be out by any sika. Me say me the me di me dwane. Na de be chena me ba. E pe position no ko bodu bikina.
Atai.
Papa the US ka dwane ye.
Say any atai is okay.
So
yeah.
Me ba no me di na bro. E say me nyesika na de amana na ma we di amana ho atoro. But that should be no the name and the stain associated with the name will haunt my children forever.
Will haunt your children forever.
You see, when Akufo-Addo wanted to be president, people who were old enough to see the reign of his dad cited the things, the atrocities that had happened under his father.
Atrocities.
Yes. Cocoa full of a ship full of cocoa.
Don't go there. Right.
So we cited that example and said that based on that history associated to his family, he wasn't fit to become president.
Yeah.
People didn't listen to us.
But
he became president.
And we enjoyed.
You enjoyed?
The name of Akufo-Addo has left right now.
Yes.
We'll live on and live on and live on. If we are here, if we are lucky enough to witness the next generation, you see what will happen if any relations of Akufo-Addo decide to contest for a president in this country. You see.
Those that will vote will vote.
But those that will also remember and use it against them and not respect their family name will still do it.
Right.
It's all about interest. People who would want to vote for Akufo-Addo have interest that so bad about my position. BBC, and hence they will campaign and say, "Well, and yes, sir." But the truth will always be the truth. It is the things your father did. It is the things that Akufo-Addo has done. You get it? The fact that you have interest and you might benefit when, if that person ascends a higher office, doesn't negate the facts of what the ancestors or the father or the grandfather of that person had done with his family name. You taint the entire family name, and then it wouldn't be of any use to anybody. Sometimes you see that there are people who don't even want their family names to be mentioned. Once they grow up to a certain level, they change their names. Why? These are some of the reasons. Right. Because if my father had murdered somebody and my father was in jail, I wouldn't want to be called Dubik. Because anytime I mention the name Dubik, somebody say your father is a member. You get it? So right now, if you say Tamaklo, I know there are a lot of Tamaklos in Ghana. But if you say Tamaklo and they ask you and then you trace your family background to that woman, they will say your mother is a thief, your auntie is a thief. You get it?
That would be so sad.
Of course. So that is why when you are giving a public position, you must, as a duty to yourself, to your family name, to your generations unborn, distinguish yourself in a respectable manner. That once your name is mentioned, we cannot taint it with anything. You see, one of the best finance ministers of this country was Kojo Baredu. You see, when that man died, at the time that man died, there was tension between NDC and NPP. But you could see NDC people eulogizing him. Even JJ at that time, who was a sworn enemy of Kufuor, said Kojo Baredu was an exceptional politician because he distinguished himself. Can you say same for Osafo Mafo? Osafo Mafo was also a finance minister. Can you say same for Osafo Mafo? Osafo Mafo signed a Macmillan contract on a napkin, a sheet of paper, in a restaurant. You can say same for Osafo Mafo, but you can say good things about Kojo Baredu. That is what I'm talking about. So when you get a position to lead, distinguish yourself for your family's namesake. The name is not yours.
Right. For your own reputation.
Of course.
Right. Moving on to our next topic. Ghana sugarcane outgrowers demand dissolution of Commander Sugar Factory Interim Committee. Sorry. The Ghana Sugarcane Outgrowers Association is demanding the immediate dissolution of the Commander Sugar Factory Interim Management Committee, accusing it of mismanagement and failing to engage farmers in key decisions affecting the struggling factory. According to the association, the committee has sidelined outgrowers who are the primary suppliers of sugarcane, leaving them without clear production timelines, pricing structure, and contrary commitments. They argue that this has contributed to the persistent delays in fully operationalizing the Commander Sugar Factory after multiple attempts by successive governments. The leadership of the Outgrowers Association says the interim committee lacks transparency, has not communicated its operational roadmap, and has failed to pay attention to critical issues such as land preparation, irrigation support, and guaranteed off-taker arrangement. They insist that without direct involvement of farmers, the factory will continue to face raw materials shortages, which historically force shutdowns shortly after test runs. The association is therefore calling on the Ministry of Trade and Industry to immediately reconstitute the committee with farmer representation, technical experts, and stakeholders from the central region. The Commander Sugar Factory, which was revived with support from the Indian Exim Bank, has faced years of operational challenges, including insufficient sugarcane supply, maintenance concern, and stalled partnership with private investors. The Outgrowers Association says any new committee must prioritize building a reliable and sustainable supply chain before the factory can be commercially viable. What are you thinking?
Take interest in we are America.
Yeah.
We are on interest. Once I say now kind of if the most important thing to them is having a representative on that thing. What is it? That's their interest.
Yeah.
They think their interest is not on the committee.
It's not on the committee.
So what if they had appointed one CEO to manage the thing? Would they have said that they should appoint a farmer to be the CEO?
To be the CEO.
You see, on my way more. Yeah, man, never be who people feel too entitled though. The company, the management of the company must put structures in place and now roll out the structures. They are not obligated to inform you what the structures are. What is it? To some extent, I will agree with them if they say, "Oh, we don't know the roadmap." You can ask for the roadmap, but you cannot call for the dissolution. So why? Huh? Because you are who? Because you are a sugarcane farmer.
And me.
You see, if there are issues, they should bring the issues out. Let's discuss it. But they shouldn't use their interest to always like in Ghana, we use our interest to always trying to destroy everything. Your friend saying Commander Sugar Factory. Since 2016, no. When the factory was commissioned, Captain Smart Motana Adom FM say, "Wamu sugar." So they invited them to come. They went there and saw the production of sugar going on. As usual of the MPP, when they came to office, they decided that how can we best destroy this company and sell it to ourselves? That's usual of NPP.
Destroy the company and sell it to ourselves.
A clear example of what I'm telling you is Tamari Refinery. When they came to office, Tamari Refinery was making profit. They decided that let's run it down and sell it to ourselves. You know, when they were leaving office, they had a proposal to sell Tamari Refinery for $22 million. In a space of 8 months, when NDC came to power, Tamari Refinery had made profit of $21 million. So we have the land in Commander. The lands in Commander.
Yeah.
The lands are viable for growing sugarcane.
What
stopped the MPP from operationalizing that factory? What stopped them? They badden the nation.
Was it part of the one district, one factory?
No. This factory was built by Mahama and Atamios. You claim you are doing one district, one factory. Commander for Omo factory MPPC can sugarcane factory. They could have even operationalized it and used it as a case study. Oh, when we came, there was already existing factory here. We operationalized it and we are getting this amount of this from that. Do you know the amount of sugar we import into this country? Over $300 million a year. Imagine Commander Sugar Factory could produce half of that. We are saving $150 million in forest for Ghana. Dollars will be crankers. You get it? But we sat down and allowed this struggle, this power struggle. I was saying me kamubi. I was saying me omubi. I was saying me hunumubi. Mo omudia mo sugar cane association we sugar cane what do you call it? Breed now or mo cover free. Mahama no cover free. India the bread mo amudua no. MPP by wɔn sɛ wɔn ntumi nfa nyɛ wɔn ntumi nyɛ factory no wɔn maa mo tɔn maa apɛtɛhyɛ fɔ na wɔn de yɛ apɛtɛhyɛ. That time you were quiet. Today there is a committee set up to revamp the factory to be beneficial to you. What's the yengu committee no? Na yenfa yen for yenfa wo nipa meka. Obehwe na chairman na secretary or da o man na person or can or more churches. If you have concerns, raise the concerns. Tell them, oh, ebia roadmap na mo dey abeto come no. Say ni nti ye mo hwa ye hwa enye yi.
and I say be, but you just don't write a long statement and in conclusion or in the summary of your statement is you want to be part of the management. Cocoa Kriafo say no a cocoa board. How many cocoa farmers are part of the management structures at the cocoa board? Not by virtue of their educational background, by the virtue say cocoa Kriafo. How many miners are part of the gold board? And you say by virtue of your friend say educational background, but the fact that we are minors in the more representation on the gold board. It be a hosa. So why do they want preferential treatment? You can fight. You can come up with what do you call it? An association to push for your interest, to push for a just cause. You see, and you must want a mube dria sugar cane no or it's eternity. New people will come. So what you fight for shouldn't be your interest today, but that you should come and see what you fought for. Say do ko to management so. Now that's why now my for it is done. No. But if you fight near the Niema Gua Kwamu, now say near sugarcane, the variety, the species are moving duano is much beneficial to you. Everybody benefits. Everybody benefits. Irrigation now, irrigation and some more can. How long did they realize that the irrigation regime there wasn't right? Katie Ham or yes, or beton a factory. What did they tell Katie Ham? Katie Ham wanted to sell the Commander Sugar Farm. What did they tell Katie Ham? And what is the name of the committee? Interim Management Committee. Yes, sir. They're just there for the interim. They are there on the short term. So they are trying to prepare the grounds for the real managers to come for the long-term planning. So what is the problem?
So it's actually something just temporary.
Of course. And you how anything.
Right. Let me hear from you.
Our analyst has said it all. But personally, I
side
with him. Yeah. But from where I sit, we all know that the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Honorable Elizabeth Mufosujari, she has been a spectacular minister throughout when she was appointed. And I will say that she's one of the women that I will applaud her for her good work. We saw trade, a trade minister previously. We didn't see a lot of things that he was doing, right? But today, I will say that even though me who cry, I've seen her working hand in hand with Zonac Ghana Limited, opening a lot of recent office for Frokra. They brought in new cars to assembly and also put them together here in Ghana. You see her going to a lot of companies, industries. Like there is something that you can see from that she's working. So when the committee, the association, the group led by Okatachi Nana Akon, who is the director of communications of the association, and the team came out with this calling or this kind of story, I was like, oh, this is an interim. You yourself through their own kind of like words. So this is the interim. They should take away the interim management committee because they should dissolve it because they think that they didn't the budget that was read, they were not part of it. They thought, say the budget, they will hear something about Commander Sugar Factory, and they think that the report that he just took there was not carried away well, and any weight and until I be they didn't hear anything about it. I'm like, this is a committee set since 2016 when NDC left power. We all know the face of the Commander Sugar Factory. I think previously we saw some people go there that a common board was put there. Then they've written one district, one factory over there, whilst the place is not functioning anymore. You understand? Now, like, I'm just wondering, before, where were they? Like, as my brother said, when some people went there to inquiry the state of the Commander Sugar Factory, which we left, we Ghana put money into it, invested a lot of money into it, then it started working. When an MPP came to power, nothing has been done for the 8 good years. We never had any sugar from that place. We never had anything from that place. And you, all of them, where was the committee? You were all sitting aloof. You understand? Today, there's a new government in power. And this same government, or no one necessarily set up the place
the factory
for you to also get employment, or for you to also get your revenue from that place. You understand? To boost your farming. So if the president says that, or the ministry says that, we have to make sure for committee, and there's not the first place this government has set a committee for. And Bayman, it's an interim is something that they set for a meantime. Na omunshe nyama air koso within the facility, if there's any challenges or if there's any problem to it. So me, for where I'm sitting, as I said, they should go back and they should calm down. The lady or the minister, she's a hard-working minister and an MP as well. They should call her, sit her down. Anything that they think that they want it to also go on paper, they should voice it out. And I think she will listen, because she's working. You have a minister that is not a lazy minister. You understand? You have a minister that is not a lazy minister. So you don't need to, there's no call for alarm. Moreover, the minister for the trade can also work in hand with the finance minister and the agricultural minister, and see how best all these things can be resolved. If they have any kind of issues, Honorable Elizabeth Fosi Ejari, as I said, she's a hard-working minister, and I'll always follow her because she's doing well. When we give leadership to women that are good, I'm always very happy, because seeing her working day in day out is commendable. You understand? So they may have their own. Nobody says that. Everybody has issues. Obia one issues, obia one differences. So nobody is saying that they shouldn't say in. They shouldn't voice out what they want to say. But to call for the dissolvement of the committee, I think they should calm down. Maybe the committee in the crown, they're not done. Maybe they're not done with whatever they are doing. Maybe they're not done with whatever they are doing. So I think if they have challenges, they should write or petition the minister and sit her or go to her and also bring out their issues across. And I think we'll go further. We'll go more. Because, and I know that the president wants the Commander Sugar Factory to operate. At the end of the day, we spent 500 million worth of Ghana cedis true sugar, important sugar to this country. Right. So if right now we all know that this government is making sure that we'll cut down a lot of expenses. We are forced, like he himself is telling us to feed Ghana, eat Ghana, and wear Ghana. Even to look at the agricultural ministry. Hey, the one of the ministry that we have to applaud, because one was the day that when you say agric ministry, what will you say? They will tell you that they are doing food and plants, whatever, but you don't see anything. At the end of the day, the minister comes out with plantain and sell it to us.
Plantain for food and jobs.
planting for food and jobs, thank you. But at the end of the day, what do we see? The minister himself go for the plantain from the villages and come and put it across some of the markets and say, and we've seen all these things. You see, and when you are bringing it, you are buying it from that place because you are only paying for the fuel and bring it down to Accra to come and put don't call me on people's plantain. Whilst you know that there's market women across, you understand. And all of the day market women no more on Nakasano. The Mojuane day, so what for no one the aba. Satana for so boy yedin. And so they could not go and buy and come and sell it less to us. And all of the day the Greek minister was doing all these things. But today we see a Greek minister now and then no. He's making sure that he's funding into the agriculture ministry. He's giving them money. He's giving them fertilizer. He's giving all what they want. He's giving to them. So as I'm saying, the trade minister is just to portray the trading aspect. They also have as the sugarcane. That's if they grow sugarcane, the agriculture minister can also come into it and find different solutions to them as well. So it's not only about the commercial sugar factory. Say no one idea. Yes, it will bring it will help them, but it's not operating now. So the committee is making sure say niema bia say enfata akoso and now say President Mama will not put his hand there until he finds out that everything is okay. So as I'm saying, they should write a petition to the minister, Honorable Fosu Ajari. Then the minister can also work in hand with the Greek minister and the finance minister and see how best they can put things involved. Yes, and I know that the ministers are working very hard so that we will not export certain things like food from different countries. As I said, we spend 500 million already. So I don't think the agriculture minister will sit down for us to be wasting money. The trade minister will be sit down if there's something good that we're supposed to do for us to go through this. And so as I said, they are doing what they are working. The Greek ministry is working. The trade ministry is also working. Because the one was the days you not see all these things. So today I see that is why they have the zeal to come out to talk, because they see that they don't want to be let alone. They don't want to be left.
Yeah, they don't want to be left in the dark.
Yes. So I don't blame them. They should still, but they should pass through. They should use the right channels.
The right channel.
Exactly. They should use the right channel.
For the dissolution.
If you call for the dissolution, and at the end of the day, the government will still bring people again. Whether you like it or not. The government will before the government will put money into that. They will make sure they say because look at the infractions in this country that the previous government caused, and you don't expect President Mahama to put his money there. Even the finance minister will not even advise so. The trade minister also will not advise so. So if you say they should dissolve it, once they are not done with their work, what do you want? Are you the ones going to do the sugar the factory? You are supposed to just bring your sugar canes over there for the government to produce it for whatever it means that he wants to use it for, whether sugar or whether anything that he wants to use it for. You understand? So yours is to come down, write whatever you want to say, petition the minister, then tell the minister what you want. But calling for it today, exactly.
Is it big?
Yeah.
What will be your last words for this?
Well, I've already said it. It is just interim. They're supposed to put structures in place for assess the level of decay and damage that has happened in the past, and then recommend the way forward. So they should just chill, relax. The right things will be done in due course.
Right. Let's look at our last topic briefly. Then off we go. OSP under multiple pressure from petitions on his removal. So the Office of the Special Prosecutor is coming under increasing pressure as multiple petitions have been filed calling for the removal of the Special Prosecutor, Kisi Ejabin. The petition sent to the President and copied to the Chief Justice cites allegations of misconduct, administrative lapses, and concerns over the handling of high-profile cases. Do you see the OSP under pressure?
You see, Before I said earlier on the earlier submission, I mentioned quite a few of the OSP.
Yeah, the OSP.
Some time ago, like I think a week or so, I was like, when he said, "Oh, he's coming out with and he's come to give us some kind of comment or communication press conference concerning the case of Ofu Kanoforiata," and I was like, wow, I was eager to listen to it.
What is he coming to say?
Hey, Charlie, I said I spent my whole 2 hours, 3 hours, my precious time that I want to use it, I spent it to listen to this man. I was like, the crack saying, "Let me because listen to it, Let me try my and see from A to Z. Like it was like a news. Like I'm just watching news. News there's a lot of suspense behind it. What is it coming to say? What's the end? I feel my brain. I was so tired. I was like, the crack saying, OSP, the crack saying. You get it? Yes, I'm an NDC. I speak for the NDC, but the issue is I also have my personal views. You see, the OSP is delaying us, and every time somebody does that, and you come and see him coming out to come and give press conference or come and give a communique out, Charlie, you are not paying yourself. You are not paying yourself. Me, since that day, I said to myself, if I had opportunity, I'll also petition the president to take him off. Yes, because I don't know what he's waiting for. Because the people who brought you into office were in power when this man was. So when he was appointed, all that of Kofi was doing, didn't he see? Didn't he see? When Kofi was traveling, you said that you knew that Kofi was traveling. You couldn't do anything about it.
I think he had an interview on the KSM show, and then he said that with regards to the traveling of Ken Oforiatta, he couldn't just. It's a whole collective body that's supposed to come together and then deal with that case, but he can't just get up out of his own will and then do that. So maybe there's a particular institution to handle those issues. So, and then mind you, he mentioned that the man had connections.
So that is where I side with my lawyer, Martin People. Good morning, counsel. This morning, this your girl. So that's why I side with lawyer People this morning. What about the communique? Why didn't he come out to say anything? He didn't say anything. But today you have the zeal, the effrontery to come and give us a lot of letter writing, read letters to me. Today he comes out to give us press conference. When was the day? Where was the press conference? Is he trying to tell us that he was covering something, or he was afraid of what he was doing? Or today he has the power right now? Okay, fine. Today we've given him all the power from January. He has had all the power from January. What is he doing? Until we were pushing that we want the Kerofota, and he was telling us that and I remember vividly that he told us that he cannot start the case in absentia. Yes, I watched him very well, and he said that he cannot start the case in absentia. But when he was making the press conference that day, or catch it say, "Ne kakan wan hwe ye krana," or better start the case in absentia. And I said, so what are you trying to say? I went down to his post. I said, OSP, I'm kind of disappointed because you told us point blank the first time that you were having the press conference that, and that time I was having a little bit faith in him. Right. Yes. So when he was giving us that kind of press conference in the beginning, I was like, oh, Mumai Obeye, you understand? Because he was giving us the updates of whatever. The time that he said he's putting him on what is it called? He's putting him on yes, something. No. He said a word. As a fugitive. Yes, I wanted on the wanted list. Yeah. Yes. So from that time, I had faith in him, honestly. So when he was giving, a journalist asked him that, can't we start this case in absentia? He said no. He wanted him. Right. Because if he wanted to start, he would start, because Ferrata and his lawyers has written to him that they want to have a video course. If you can remember, He said the choreographer has told you that he wants to have a video interview with him, and he denied that fact because he wants him in person. And when he did a press conference, I know the latter day he just said it in there. And do you know the connections, the friendship, the relationship I have with the AG, that you people are saying that I don't want to give the AG the docket and blah 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 blah. Me, I'm not interested in the relationship you have with any kind of government official. What I'm interested in that you do your work. You say what you promised us. You deliver whatever you promise. You deliver it to us. But it is final. You don't need to say any kind of thing anymore. So the OSP is playing with our minds.
It's playing with our
minds. As I said earlier on, na me jinidi, na me name somebody my bibi. So I was back to bibi for you to come and say, oh, if cry no. So if cry, you know, if you cry, you can start the case in absentia, and you still say that you still wanted him to come, and even though what is stopping you, I know he knows where he is.
Right, Mr. Dubik.
Yes, madam.
Do you see the OSP under pressure?
Oh, me, I've said this.
Simply because of the petition being submitted for his removal.
Me, I've said this. I'm not for petitions to remove him. I'm for the entire
office.
Closure of the office.
Closure of the office.
You get it? You see, when I heard his interview on the KSM show, I asked myself a lot of questions. Do you know that the office of the special prosecutor, they have the powers of the police to arrest?
Yes.
So why was he going to immigration for the arrest of Ken Oforiatta? He could have arrested Ken Oforiatta himself. The constitution, the act that establishes his office, gives him the power to do that.
Yeah, to prosecute you.
Even the BNI, today the NIB, doesn't have the power to arrest. Do you know that?
Yeah.
If the NIB wants to arrest you, they must do that in collaboration with the police. But the OSP don't need the police to arrest you. But he sat here, came on KSM show, told everybody that he knew he intercepted the letters. He knew when Oforiatta left. He could have just arrested him, took him to court within 48 hours. The court would have confiscated his passport and prevented him from traveling. Even if he would have traveled, that would have been on the permission of the court. You get it? Just like Sedinam Tamaklo's case. The court would have permitted him to travel. The court could have even said that since we are discussing his issues, we are going to appoint Ghana police or a member from your office to accompany him and bring him back when he resolves his health issues. You understand? But he didn't do that. He sat down and allowed Oforiatta leave. One of the other challenges that I have is him inviting Martin Kpebu to come and then give him evidence for an allegation he made. How does that work? The OSP is becoming a judge in his own court. The allegation is against the OSP. The OSP says, I want to get evidence from the allegation. Will the OSP prosecute himself? If it happens that Martin Kpebu's evidence that he presents to the OSP is so damning that they need to prosecute the OSP for those allegations, will the OSP prosecute himself? The OSP could have written to charge that so and so has made allegations about my office and me. Kindly investigate the allegations. He could have written to charge or Yoko to do that investigations. By inviting Martin Kpebu to his office yesterday was something I have been trying to understand since yesterday when I heard the news up to right now.
And I heard Martin Kpebu being diplomatic about the whole thing, saying that he just want to aid in the inquiry. He doesn't want it to be like they invited him and then he's having cold feet, so he wanted to. That is not the right forum. If I accuse a judge of taking bribe, the judge cannot sit on the case that is accusing him. Another judge must sit on it.
Yeah.
So the allegation is against the OSP. So why is he the one inviting Martin Kpebu to adduce evidence or give him further information? Why? That office was set up to witch hunt people. I always say this.
Witch hunt, pa.
To witch hunt people. And just our office nana a Kufuado or Dan say or investigating Mahama. That's the same office.
Yeah.
That's the same office Martin Amidu used to prosecute the today majority leader. And then MP's common MP's car loan. Car loan there the man over to Yakano. Or this can was one the V8 that na the area money ambulance. And what this can call ambulance. And what who donated by Mahama Ayaga. Martin Amidu case no say identity now. Or no aji loan or no this aji loan or what you loan what they what talk are they what who donated by Mahama Ayaga. On say Nyansa be any our office no. I always say this. If you wanted an independent institution to prosecute corrupt cases, Iyoko was there. You could have amended the act that establishes Iyoko and then just added prosecutorial powers to them. Right now, Iyoko cannot prosecute you. When they investigate you, they must hand over the docket and everything to the Attorney General.
To the Attorney General to prosecute you.
They could have just amended the act.
And
then giving them a prosecutorial powers for them to prosecute. That's all. We didn't need OSB. We didn't need the Office of the Special Prosecutor. We didn't need it. No, yeah. But the optics, and I always say this. I sometimes I feel disappointed in NDC for not fighting the establishment of the OSP. But I understand sometimes because if they had raised an alarm, they could have said, the people, Ghanaians would have said, or the NPP could have twisted the whole thing and then said that Moya Kromfontina OSP office eba Montiasie because Munim say eba chichimo. But now I think the nation must take a second look at that entire office. I'm not for removal. That would be the same problem that we are going to face.
So they should amend
They should just scrap it. Scrap the entire OSP of the Office of the Special Prosecutor. They should just scrap it and then amend the Yoko Act and give the Yoko powers to prosecute. That's all. Assembly anyhow.
Your last words, please.
So I want to say a big thank you to all our members, NDC executives, and also the appointees. And I might say that are doing a good work. And the finance minister is doing well, and I commend him to do more. Nyakopon mana huondin, no njina painting, and still continue to hustle with spending and also borrowing, because in him say ya borrow our country woman fire and kusishe, and to see ano people will make noise, people will push him to go and borrow as they are already doing, but he should know his grounds. He should listen, because he is a chartered accountant, right? Kefuata was not part of the chartered accountant list. So he was just we had a finance minister who was not chartered accountant. He was not a chartered accountant, but Asuforsen is, And we think people, the association will be watching him. They will be following whatever he does. Because he knows that Ometimaje Lances and it will go against him. So these are the difference. So if today we have somebody working very well, you see the productivity coming out now, because he has learnt from a deputy finance minister to now, and he was in the finance committee as well. So he has learnt well, and I think he's doing well. So I want to say that it should continue. People will make noise, but I won't continue on. And also, I want to say thank you again to your station, Ghana Talks Radio, for giving us the opportunity to always come here. I always say that we are not perfect, but it's just that it's a privilege given to us to come and also show our minds. As you've given opportunity for young or the youth to come here to advocate or to bring out our own kind of like minds or decisions here, it's a very good thing. And I pray that the government to also come push you. The Minister for Communication should also push people like you and also like the youth. Okay, so North and West MC, as I said already, they are doing a good job. They are making sure that all the visions of the NDC will be directed down to the people of Gan West and Gan North, because as you can see, we are making sure that the people get the modern market. We are making sure that all the drainage system is being well taken care of. School feeding program is going on. The women are working. They are sustaining a lot of things in the districts. People giving people opportunity to also work, and so we pray that we should all come together and help them push for them to work well. You understand? So Honorable Yaya Kuku, good morning, and Honorable Amos of Ghana E-Waste, good morning to him as well. And thank you. I can't say more. And my Facebook fans, thank you so much for always being there. You are the reason you are pushing me to go further. So the make catch man is in Yakopo in Shiramo. Yakopo in Shiramo. I'm my words are finished.
Thank you, Mr. Dubig. Your last words.
Yeah, she has said all the last words. I don't have anything else to say. She has said all the last words. The last word took like 5 minutes.
Hey, somebody says I have to say that.
I kept looking.
Honorable Cynthia of Chobo constituency.
The last
Cynthia, Honorable Cynthia, Chobo constituency secretary. Also a chairman
I thought it was your MP.
my MP, Honorable. Hey, you are bringing topical. My MP.
Let me end it here.
Mr. Dubig,
Let me end
won't you greet your MP?
Me, my MP is there. My MP is there. I like to call him Daughter.
So, Amasaman MP.
He's doing well. We know he would do it. And Chobo constituency MP.
Okay.
We beg she should go to parliament and work for us. We need a lot of roads and a lot of things in Chobo constituency. If I say they said because she's an MPP, but I'll push her. But you should do the right thing and stop making noise in parliament.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Big.
Yes, madam.
Send your idea. Thank you so much for joining us on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, and thank you so much to our lovely guests for the beautiful submission. We'll meet you same time tomorrow.